You stupid bitch. That's why you're a bunch of fucking criminals. I wish you would. I wish the fuck you would. Yes, the fuck we his family. You're a bunch of big pussies. Don't tell me calm down. Who the fuck is you? We don't like none of you.
You okay?
No, how can I be okay? You okay? Are you okay?
Are you okay?
I look like I'm okay? Don't come up in my face here because I hit hard. Fuck wrong with you?
Try it.
I wish you would.
Try it.
You try me and see what the fuck happened. Nigga, we angry. All of us angry out here. So don't think it's y'all alone. You who you telling get out of here? Why you telling me get out of here? You asked me a question and I'm answering you.
Get out of here. Yeah.
Fuck wrong with you? Oh, stupid ass bitch. That's why you gotta hide your face.
You wanna go to jail?
You told me my mother I can tell you anything.
You wanna go to
Fuck
jail?
wrong with you? You wanna hit me? Hit me, bitch. You ain't got me. Nobody's scared of you. You're a pussy ass. Come. I got rings on, bitch. So me and you can fight. You a pussy bitch. You a pussy bitch. That's why your kids them don't like you. And your wife is fucking on you. That's why you gotta hide your face. My face ain't hidden, bitch. I'm American, you stupid bitch. Fuck wrong with y'all? You can take me too high. I'm Charlotte and Zodiac friends. You know what to do? Tell them, no. You want me? Fuck wrong with y'all? Fuck all of you. Put that on the news. Let Trump see it.
Shalom. I'm Samuel L. Jackson, and I want to welcome you to the 2025 Down South Cookout. It's going down this year. And we're starting things off right on Thursday with a scripture breakdown class with the stalwart General Muhammad. Then after that, we're having an outside movie and a game night. Join us on Friday for a barbecue/clothing drive at the CUNY Homes Apartments. I.S.U.P.K. love the kids. On Saturday, there's a brunch/day party at 5 Central Houston, followed up by nightlife at the Savoy. Then on Sunday, join us for the 2025's Down South Cookout. We got Officer Ron on the pit, on the 1s and 2s, free for all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. So come on down and don't miss all the festivities this year. Because the white man is the devil, and I hope they burn in hell. It's the 2025 Down South Cookout.
Holiday, hanging out Dollar Tree. Watch how we fall away. It's a high holy day. Hands over like trumpets is blowing. Can you feel the atonement? It's a high holy day. The dedications for real sisters glad to have you. We feasting tabernacle. It's a high holy day. First fruits to spread 11 bread and day to rest our head. It's a high holy day. No sweat, got a head start on you. Waking up a priest feeling royal. Shouting out to the power, our Father, good God. Just a sight of make a hate of blood boil. The real wanna know you. Sisters get different that never consider something knitting, they can feel it. Look how I'm different, holy rolling up, sitting on high, too fly, no sign, the dry swishing eye, nigga. My spirit's like the most high living. Catch me with the Ottawa sipping. You ain't no pricing out from the same tribe. We kin up on my father's side. Look how we resemble. He a nigga, I'm a nigga. All my niggas Latino, Native Indian. All black party, you ain't getting it. Spirit ridiculous. God washed our city, anointed us from the beginning. Wrapped us in linen, silk bracelets, ornaments, earrings that bling on our women. That ornaments and a chain that swing from my neck. Big jewels in the crowns of the head of a bunch of mighty men. Though we all one body, my brother never go without it. If I got it, he got it, we got it together. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you step, who you threaten. It's a high holy day. No holiday, hanging out Dollar Tree. Watch how we fall away. It's a high holy day. Hands over like trumpets is blowing. Can you feel the atonement? It's a high holy day. The dedications for real sisters glad to have you. We feasting tabernacle. It's a high holy day. First fruits to spread 11 bread and day to rest our head. It's a high holy day. No tries and buys, the most high behind us. So it don't matter if we not desired. You cowards be quiet in the midst of a prince. Stand clear in your fears. Contagious like bravery on these austere men over here, like Christ showing militants. Other camps effeminate, scared to fight demons like addicts having habits. Faggots lying down instead of fighting on the savage. Shalom, Mike, Hebrew individualites, but they think they all follow Christ and got saved some way. Maybe one day you'll see just how it feels, making 144 in my ears as I'm steering. To get daring, had no fear, man. Chatting out the side, he called me the wheel, man. Every day my zeal been up and it's stuck like my garments. I.S.U.P.K, what they call me. I be like, card on the wall and I'm on it. Just give me the order so I know what the Lord wants. Meanwhile, I take a straw, drink a strawberry orange. All the wall, you be on the jacket and the phone thing. Fist up, reunion the Lord made. Get your kids and ribs up, throw your fist up. Tell them what's your name. What's your name? What's your name? And they can't do shit at all. It's a high holy day, no holiday. Pagan idolatry. Watch how we fall away. It's a high holy day. Hands over like trumpets is blowing. Can you feel the atonement? It's a high holy day. The dedications for real sisters glad to have it. We feasting tabernacles. It's a high holy day. First fruits to spread, unleavened bread, and day to rest our head. It's a high holy day.
You see these high holy days, black man, Latino, and indigenous. These are the Lord's high holy days. These are your high holy days that you should be celebrating. Not Christmas, New Year's, birthdays, Mama's days, whatever white man days that he said you should celebrate. That has nothing to do with us. But these high holy days that are in the scriptures, those are the days that you should celebrate. Black man, Latino, and indigenous, you are God's chosen people. You keep these high holy days.
That time again, the I.S.U.P.K under commanding General Yahanna presents the Lord's 57th annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th annual Passover, April 4th, 2026 in Houston, Texas. All black Hispanics and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under commanding General Yahanna. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and warlike apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping. Cause us.
Time again, the I.S.U.P.K under commanding General Yahanna presents the Lord's 57th annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th annual Passover, April 4th, 2026 in Houston, Texas. All black Hispanics and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under commanding General Yahanna. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and warlike apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping. Cause us.
Shalom. I'm Samuel L. Jackson, and I want to welcome you to the 2025 Down South Cookout. It's going down this year, and we're starting things off right on Thursday with a scripture breakdown class with the stalwart General Muhammad. Then after that, we're having an outside movie and a game night. Join us on Friday for a barbecue/clothing drive at the CUNY Homes Apartments. I.S.U.P.K. love the kids. On Saturday, there's a brunch/day party at 5 Central Houston, followed up by nightlife at the Savoy. Then on Sunday, join us for the 2025's Down South Cookout. We got Officer Ron on the pit, on the 1s and 2s, free for all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. So come on down and don't miss all the festivities this year. Because the white man is the devil, and I hope they burn in hell. It's the 2025 Down South Cookout.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man, if you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one west. They're one west. They're one west.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man, if you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one west. They're one west. They're one west. They're...
Shalom, DC. We're the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yahanna. Since 1969, we've been teaching the truth of the Bible, and the truth is that the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the true Jews, that the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
Yeah, right.
We're not affiliated with any other Christian church or Hebrew Israelite group. 1 West is home of the truth. If it's not under Commander General Yahanna, it's not the truth. All right? I'm Precinct Officer Bakwasha. I'm holding it down with Precinct Officer Shapat Ayat, and I'm holding it down until Captain of 13,000 Mashak Mayam rolls through. He's going to be here any second, any minute. Today's Wednesday night for DC is a scripture breakdown. So if anybody has any questions, whether it's in a room or it's online, you know what I'm saying, you can just go ahead and type your questions in. We're gonna get your questions. We also have a phone line, you know what I'm saying? If you want to ask a question or just comment on whatever it is you want to comment on, whether it's on topic or not, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna get an answer. It's not the Christian church. All right. If you could put the phone number up there, I'm gonna say it out loud. The phone number is 202-989-1950. 202-989-1950. All right. Anybody have any questions? You got any questions? Or are there any questions online?
Nah, not more. Call line.
You said nothing for the call line, right? You said nothing for the call line?
Nah, nothing at all. I'm looking for the call line.
No sweat, no sweat. The phone number is 202-989-1950. I'm gonna say it again, 202-989-1950. Also, this weekend, it's this weekend, right? The Down South Cookout. Okay. Right? It's this weekend. Down South Cookout is gonna be hosted in Houston, Texas. You know what I'm saying? Get your Salakia, forgive me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not from Houston. So what's that dance they be doing?
South side. The
South side, you know what I'm saying? Get your South side ready. You know what I'm saying? Learn it at the cookout, and then brush up on it, and then break it out at the Passover. Right. The Lord's 57th annual Passover will be in Houston, Texas. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna find out exactly where the venue is gonna be at shortly. So just stay tuned to more to come. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be all types of events that's gonna be happening. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be all type of fun that's gonna be had And, you know what I'm saying? There ain't gonna be no shooting, there ain't gonna be no stabbing, there ain't gonna be no nobody getting high or anything like that. We all gonna come in peace and whatnot. You got something, Shapat?
Like I just mentioning it was happy how you said it because that's there's plenty of time to get your south side ready. You know what I'm saying? Perfect your south side.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. There's plenty of time, you know what I'm saying? Go down to Houston, you know, this weekend and learn, you know, how to do the steps properly, right? And then come April 4th, that's when the Passover is gonna be. Come April 4th, you know what I'm saying? You can bust that thing on out when you go down to the Passover. That's plenty of time. That's plenty of time for you to get your things in order. Also, Passover fee is $200 for everybody who is 17 years of age and older. You know what I'm saying? So the Passover fee link has been put out. If you can't get to it, just get in contact with the camp leader. Chapat?
Salak, we got a question in the chat.
No sweat.
All right, so I believe it's warrior of Yahushua said how to cast down demonic thoughts injected by the enemy. Question.
How to cast down demonic thoughts injected by the enemy. You have to give me a little bit more on that. Warrior of Yahushua. You're gonna have to give me a little more on that. You said how to cast out, you know, demonic thoughts. Give me a little more on that. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to give me a little more on that. You know what I'm saying? And when you say injected by who?
By the enemy.
By the enemy. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole ton of now if you're talking about, you know, I'm not even gonna put that on you. Let's just say you watching a movie and there's something in that movie that you know ain't right. You know what I'm saying? But the way they portray it, the way they make it sound like, the way they, you know, put a light on it, they make it look like it's good. You know what I'm saying? What am I talking about? Like, have anybody ever seen that movie Half Baked with Dave Chappelle?
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Smoking weed is against the Most High, and they make that thing look like it's one of the best things to do on earth. You know what I'm saying? You got some?
Salak, sir, forget about it. Red Lobster.
What about Red Lobster?
They got the sea roaches sitting on a grill. They sprinkling lemon and smothering butter on them, trying to make it look like that's food. That's not food.
Oh no, I mean, yes, you're right. You're 100% right. But I'm just saying, I don't think I've seen a Red Lobster commercial in some years. You know what I'm saying? But I know what you mean. You know what I'm saying? They don't do, like, I see more people going to these, you know, seafood boils or cooking it at home and whatnot and showcasing their roaches. You know what I'm saying? Showcasing their disgustingness. And with that, I pass over to Captain Mashak Mayam.
What's going on, Akim? How you feeling? Yeah, not bad at all, man. Not bad at all. Yeah, man. Getting it in. All right. So, where you always at with this tonight?
There was a question online from a brother, Warrior of Yahushua. He says,
what's going on, Warrior Yahushua? When you gonna make an appearance? I hope before Yahushua. I hope, Warrior of Yahushua, I hope you make an appearance before Yahushua. Please and thanks. Go ahead.
Sir. He says, how to cast out demonic thoughts injected by the enemy. Then I asked him to elaborate. He got some responses. He says, meaning the thoughts don't originate from me. I consider it spiritual attack from Shaitan and or negative thoughts that you do not want to have within your thought process.
Okay. Okay. Read the question one more time.
Wakan. Question is how to cast out demonic thoughts injected by the enemy.
Okay. I'm gonna still need some more on it. Just so you know, brother, I'm gonna need some more on it because it could be a number of things, and I'm not at all saying this is your situation. It could be that you may have a mental problem, mental illness, right? Some people have mental illnesses that because of anxiety or depression cause them to start thinking things that are not practical or not disciplined. You get the point? Some people compromise their discipline because of the mental instability. All right. In addition to that, you also have you may be struggling with something that you're not really ready to get rid of. It could be an addiction, or it could be something else, right? Something else that's bothering you and stressing you out. And because the stress is there, you're coming up with certain things, certain, maybe solutions, maybe options that, taking over your mind, taking over your thoughts. So that's why I said I'm gonna need a little bit more more detail on the whole thing, if you don't mind. But no, you don't have to give me those details in over the class now. I would say for you and for anybody else, start coming to class. Start being around a body that is healed. Just like how you could be around people that are sick and you eventually get sick. Medicine is contagious as well. Right. And when I say medicine is contagious, not saying that really I could say that because in the Bible they just touched Christ and they was healed. But for sure, being in a room with people who have consistent, healthy practices, right? And I have to say it like that just so everybody understands. The acronym I.S.U.P.K is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, right? The way we live, everything we learn, it's practical to do. It's a practical thing. You could envision it, you could see it, it's tangible in most cases. This is something that you could apply to your everyday life. And if you're not around people who live and practice a healthy way of living, a holy way of living, you definitely would be around people who do not practice a healthy way or practice an unhealthy way of living or unholy way of living. And with that environment, you're going to have those type of things. Like, for instance, you may have thoughts. What did he describe the thoughts as?
He says, meaning the thoughts don't originate from me. I consider it a spiritual attack from Shaitan, or negative thoughts that you do not want to have within your thought process.
Right? You don't want to have these thoughts in your thought process, right? You don't want to have those thoughts. So imagine you sitting around thinking something unhealthy or something that's unprofitable for you. In here, brothers and sisters are thinking about how to get a bigger school because so many students are coming in. Brothers and sisters are thinking about how could I make more money so I can pay more tithes? How could I assist the brothers go into camp? Sisters is plotting on what they can cook before camp to bring to the school so the brothers could eat, and what they could bring after. Brothers is planning their speaking for the weekend, or on the internet seeking some operation they could do. You get the point? The brothers in Jamaica right now securing themselves and preparing to help Israel, who is coming to them for help. Like, you don't got no time to think about nothing else because you're around people who live a different way. You want to get in class, brother. You want to physically get out of wherever you're at and come and sit in these chairs. These chairs are holy. These chairs are absolutely holy. You know who sat in these chairs? General Mahaiman, Commanding General Yahanna, Salakia, General Mahaiman, General Hazayan, General Shawama, General Kutham Gabar, General Mayaka Allah, Salakia. General Kutham Gabar, General Kobalamath, Captain Tahawar, Captain Tazariak. These chairs are holier, and many more brothers. Captain Nanthak, Captain Ash, Captain Kahan, Captain Shapana Pash, Captain Akkad, Captain Sakawar. Do I need to go on? These chairs are holy, brother. And a myriad of sisters are. A myriad of sisters who, help. General Mayak's Rib, I always forget her name. I don't want to butcher it. But you know who I'm talking about? The sister from Philly. You have General Mahaiman's Rib, Sister Shawashana. You have Izar. You have Ayan Lawana. You have sisters who came in here and sat long enough till the Lord was able to show them their real purpose in life. And you want to start to do that. You want to make less excuses to not be around. You get the point? You want to make less excuses to not be around. What's the best ability? Go ahead.
Availability.
The best ability is availability. You want to be around that. That's how you get healed. That's how you change how you think. Give me be transformed by the renewal of your mind. Was that Romans 2:12? 12:2. Give me Romans 12:2. And also give me damn, I just had it in my head. Give me be transformed by the renewal of your mind. Oh, it just slipped me out. Give me that one first. It'll come back to me.
This is Romans chapter 12, verse 2. Romans chapter 12, verse 2. And be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Read it one more time.
Be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God.
Right? Be transformed by the renewal of your mind, because why? Say it again.
That ye may prove what is that good, that acceptable and perfect will of God.
That you will prove what is acceptable and the perfect will of God. You could prove what's acceptable. Right now, your thoughts to you are unacceptable. At least you know that about yourself. Now, could I say for sure they are unacceptable? I don't know. I don't know what your thoughts are. And I'm not at all asking you to put them on the internet like that. But what I would say is you come up in here. You come up in here and sit long enough so you could be influenced. You want to be influenced. You want to have the right influence. The white man like to tell you, don't think, what you call it, herd mentality. You like to, discredit herd mentality, tell you have to be an individual and all that nonsense. But you want to find the right herd. You don't want to be an individual. Find the right herd. Having herd mentality is a buffer. It's a good thing. It's a very, very good thing. It's a good thing to have influence. It's a good thing to have the right type of peer pressure. Right. In the Garden of Eden, Adam and Eve had the wrong type of peer pressure. Adam and Eve took the peer pressure from the world. They wanted to be like everybody else, which is why they went and covered themselves with the fig leaves of the other trees. In the Bible, in the Garden of Eden, the trees represent the other nations. The fig leaves represent the philosophies and the customs and the ways of the other nations. Adam and Eve wanted to be like the other nations, and that's how we are as a people. Our self-esteem, by and large, comes from the other nations. You get the point? Wu-Tang Clan, their whole fame is attributed to the Asians, right or wrong. The talent is from the gutter, the talent is from the plantation, but the label is what they call it, comes from another nation. You get the point? Murder Inc. That comes from another nation. The original Murder Inc. was a Jewish mafia gang called Murder Inc. You get the point? And Trump there busy bombing boats in Venezuela. Was nobody bombing them. Was nobody bombing the Italian and the Irish mobs. In fact, they was bombing everybody in Chicago, setting off car bombs and everything. You understand? Like we always hide amongst the other nations. Farrakhan, although I think he might be a heathen, that's what they're saying now. All right, go ahead. Say again?
Now I'm seeing it. He was doing something, singing my mic on my computer.
I don't. No, just don't do that. I think it's going to cause a reverb. It's going to cause a bad reverb. It's 2 inputs. This is 1. All right, you're trying to make no technical changes during the class. Do all of that shit before and then somebody else's class. All right.
Cover car, sir.
All right.
All right. Now I'm about to say his father's name is Percival Clark, and Percival Clark was a white man.
Okay. Well, listen, I ain't check it out, but if you all say this, that's what I would go with for now.
If I may, sir.
Go ahead.
And then on top of that, Farrakhan's teacher, what's his name? Far Muhammad. His father's name's Red Ford, and he's from New Zealand. You know,
I know Farad Muhammad is for sure a heathen, for sure about that. I know that the teacher is a heathen, but like everything we do, we attribute it to heathens. Even the topic tonight with Simon Bolivar and the Bolivarian Revolution with Venezuela. Simon Bolivar, as far as the research shows, is a heathen. However, he did a lot for the 12 tribes of Israel. And it's a double-edged sword because you have what you have today, but at the same time, they don't give the credit to Christ. And that's the problem here. You get the point? Also give me Romans. No, hold on. Give me Matthew 15 and 18. Right? Matthew 15 and 18. So we always go to the heathens for, for the esteem or to make ourselves better or to make ourselves feel better when we shouldn't, right? We shouldn't do that. We shouldn't fall to that peer pressure. We should fall to the peer pressure of the Most High. We should be concerned with what makes him happy, what makes him proud, what gives him, what gives him joy. We should be concerned with that thing. We should be concerned with, those things, not the heathen, not with, how they are. Go ahead, Shapat, please. What did I say? Matthew 15 and 18, right?
Okay.
Give me Matthew 15 and 18. So like I say, you want to have that herd mentality, but what you want to do is find the right herd. That's what you need. You need the right herd. Go ahead.
It's Matthew 15 and 18. But those things which proceed out of the mouth come forth from the heart, and they defile the man.
Those things that proceed out of the mouth, what?
Come forth from the heart.
Come forth from the heart, meaning from the mind. Those things that come out of your mouth, that's what comes from your mind. So now what you want to do, you want to control your mind. You want to be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So what you say out your mouth is good and acceptable with the Lord. How would you do that? You had to be in class, brother. You have to be in class. And okay, this thing is so spiritual where, again, what you put into this is what you get out. If you find that you're not getting enough, or you're not getting what you thought you would have gotten, or you don't spend X amount of time doing this and you're not seeing it, really that individual you can do more. And the Lord knows you could do more. So if you want more, go get more, go give more, go be present more, go put in more if you want more. But if you're satisfied with where you're at, then that's what you putting in. This is something you have to really, this is a lifestyle and a life-changing thing. You get the point? This is not a pill you could take overnight. This is not that. However, the Holy Spirit is there for who wants it, who wants the whole thing. So for you, brother, you in the area, if you close to a school, I'm talking about driving distance and shit. I'll raise the bar on you all now. Driving distance is about 2 hours. I'm telling you, straight up and down driving distance is just about 2 hours for a class. All right, go ahead. Come on, Shabbat.
This lock, if I could give a shout to Mataya, he drive 3 hours.
Mataya, well, it's really 2 and something. But he come up, but he moved further out. There's a few brothers who do it. There's sisters who have done it. Early days, brothers was doing it back and forth to go to camp. There was a time, you all know, DC go to Richmond and Baltimore. There was a time it was it was Delaware Thursday, DC Friday, and Philly Saturday, and that was the weekend. You didn't have time for shit. I didn't see you street for about 15 years. I didn't see Adams Morgan since 2006, brother. I think that's the last time I went there and hung out. Because you're gonna put in what you really want out of the job. You're going to put in what you want out of this career. You're going to put in what you want out of this lifestyle. Whatever you want, you can get it from the Lord. But you gotta seek his kingdom first. You want to get rid of them thoughts in your head up? Come in here and sit down in here and let me fill your head with new thoughts. Let me put something new in your head like it was put into mine. Like I sat in that chair and got checked, learned, told to shut my mouth, read, when to read, congratulated when I made a good point. That's how we build again. That's how we rebuild. That's how you get reborn. You're going to have to come in here. You're going to have to do it. Now, if you 100 miles away from a school, by all means, tune in online. Tune in online. Even the brothers in Trinidad, they're a few hundred miles away, but they're in a building together.
Right.
You get the point? They're in a building together. The Bible says, where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there I am also. That's what Christ said. Where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name. The only reason we're here is because of Christ. There's no other reason that we're actually here. You understand? Where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there I am also. So if you're in driving distance of a school, and I ain't taking nothing less than 2 hours, you are an hour and a half away getting there, man. Them broads been driving 2 hours. You'll rent a whole SUV for 2 hours to go see Beyonce in some foil. Broad come out on the stage with foil on a fake horse. You'll pay $1,300 and drive 2 hours in a black SUV to go see her. You can't come to class? Come on now. If you want it, it's there for you to have. All right? If you want it. Go ahead.
So he asks, because you said about the council. He says, what time is the best time for council? I'll aim to give a call over the weekend after work, Saturday or Sunday sometime.
You call whenever you're ready, brother. You call whenever you are ready. All right? That's what you need to do. Call whenever you are ready. Right? But I would advise you to be in class. Get in class. That's what you need. Go ahead, Al.
Like just to be clear, this number that's on the screen is not the number he's going to be calling when it's time for council.
Find out if is he on Facebook? Find out if he's on Facebook.
Kind.
Boy. All right. If we have any other questions, let me know.
No other questions online.
All right. No sweat. If there's any questions in the class, let me know as well. Definitely gonna get into the topic tonight with Venezuela. All right.
Okay.
Let me know when he responds, please. All right.
Okay. He says he doesn't have Facebook or IG anymore.
Ain't no sweat. Ain't no sweat, brother. All right. All right, they're gonna give you a number to call. All right. Warrior Yahushua, we're gonna give you a number to call, and you could call and get the counsel. All right. All right. Anything else, Bukwa?
So there's somebody who's given a scripture, but I don't know what he means. He's given somebody named David Jiguo, something like that. It says he's given a scripture, Isaiah 56:8.
Okay. Is he asking a question?
He's not asking away. He's just giving the scripture. I don't know why he's giving the scripture.
Okay. Well, what does it say? Let's see if it's pertinent or not.
Isaiah 56:8 that he put here. It says, "The Lord God who gathereth the outcasts of Israel says, yet I will gather to him others besides those who are gathered to him."
Read it one more time, Mark.
Isaiah 56:8. The Lord God who gathers the outcasts of Israel says, yet I will gather to him others besides those who are gathered to him.
Okay, I don't know why he's pulling this precept, but if that is that's talking about bringing back the 12 tribes who are scattered abroad. All right. But I can't say why he's pulling this precept at all.
And he says, why would you agree the outcasts of Israel are other 12 tribes? Is it so that prove others can receive salvation?
No. It sounds like he's not even English is not his first language, just by how it's typed. And that could be the case. So, and if that's the case, I'll definitely understand. That scripture is talking about the 12 tribes of Israel being gathered back together. The 12 tribes of Israel was scattered probably, I want to say, 1,000 years before Christ. In the book of 2 Kings, the 17th chapter, you could read about that on your own time. All right. There was a split with the northern and the southern kingdom. Who was the northern kingdom? Who was the southern kingdom? Who knows? Northern kingdom and southern kingdom. Who knows? Anybody? Just raise your hand if you want to ask a question, all right? Or answer the question. Who was the northern kingdom? Who was the southern kingdom?
Salaki, sir, if I may.
Yeah, go ahead, please,
Kawakan, the southern kingdom was Judah, Benjamin, and half of Levi.
Right? The southern kingdom was Judah, Benjamin, and half of Levi. That's the southern kingdom. That's where the capital of Israel was, Jerusalem. And that was Judah, Benjamin, and some of Levi, because Levi was, of course, the priest of the land. Levi was the tribe at that time where the priesthood came from. Before Christ, the priests were strictly Levites. Levi was not even part of the 12. It was who was in place of Levi? Dan, the tribe of Dan. That's where Samson came from. Samson was a Danite. The tribe of Dan is absorbed into Manasseh, I believe Manasseh. And then the Lord grafted Levi as one of the 12 after Christ, because of the prophecy that we would be a nation of kings and priests. And the first priest recorded in the Bible was Melchizedek, which was long before Levi. And that because of the Melchizedek priesthood, every brother who is from the 12 tribes of Israel can be a priest, right? Can be a priest. So that's where you have Judah, Benjamin, and Levi in the southern kingdom. Who was the northern kingdom?
The 10.5, sir. Manasseh, Ephraim, Simeon.
Mm-hmm. So the northern kingdom was what you would call 9.5, because Judah, Benjamin is the 2. So it brings it down to 10. So the one tribe is split, the 9.5 tribes, which is Ephraim and his fellows. You have Judah and his fellows in the south. Ephraim, who is today is the Puerto Rican tribe, is for the Puerto Ricans, they are the tribe of Ephraim. Ephraim ruled the northern kingdom. Their capital was Samaria. And Ephraim and his fellows, which would be your Latin tribes, your so-called Latino tribes, and your native and indigenous tribes, they would be Ephraim, right? Bukash, you be able to play video when you're ready? You sure?
I'm ready now, sir.
I ain't ready just yet, but I just want to keep this up just in case I need to play it from me. All right, go ahead. So, you good to go? All right, no sweat. Right. So there was a split in the kingdom in 2 Kings, the 17th chapter, which happens a lot. It happens a lot in every nation. It's happening right now in Venezuela and Trinidad. Go ahead. Matthew 15 and 18. I think we're done, right? Did the brother? I think that's with the brother.
Yeah, got him.
All right, with the brother. Find out if he has any social media. Does he have any social media and an email? Anything where he could be messaged. All right. Got him. If not, we just provide him with the number to call. You can provide him with the number, and we'll get to it. So you had a split in the kingdom at that time. Right. So now, because of that split, the Lord allowed the northern kingdom to go into captivity, in the Assyrian captivity under King, who's that? Salmanasseh or Ahasuerus? One of them. Right. That was the Assyrian captivity, right, into Babylon. Those tribes were scattered throughout the earth. Those are the tribes that left the Assyrian captivity. Let me get in the Apocrypha. 2nd Ezra, I think, 13? Let me get that in the Apocrypha real quick. Those are the tribes, the so-called Latin American tribes, the native Indian tribes that we have today. All right. What do I want? Second Ezra 13, I believe.
And 13 and 40. I got it, sir.
13 and 40. Go ahead, please.
Kalwakan. Second Ezra, chapter 13, verse 40.
Students, just pass them an Apocrypha if you have an extra one. The Apocrypha got a red book. Y'all could share it with them if they don't have it. They all got one Most High in Christ, sir, just to follow along. The Apocrypha was removed from the 1611 King James Version Bible by the Catholic Church, I believe in the Council of Nicaea or Chalcedon, one of them. And it was took out of the Bible, but this was part of the Bible. And when you read the Apocrypha, you would see why they took it out. If the Apocrypha remained in there, the Catholic Church could not exist. Go ahead. Go ahead.
This dude, David Giugio, says, read it slowly. The Lord is going to gather others.
Shut up, nigga. Read it slowly. You think it's hooked on phonics?
Right.
Whatever. You're not getting in the kingdom. You and your heathen mother. You're not getting in there. All right. Most people who have some heathen mother, or Lord forbid, you don't fall in love with some heathen slut, some African, some Chinese, some white woman. You like to find a precept in the Bible to justify your love, because every time you lay down with them or give them a kiss on the cheek, you feel guilty. That ain't got a goddamn thing to do with me. Right? I didn't tell you go take them. No heathen is going to be allowed into the kingdom. None. Unless they're slaves. All right. So let's get it. Give me 2nd Ezra chapter 13 and 40.
Khan.
If I may, I'll take over.
Go ahead, up.
All right, Khan. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 13, verse 40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea, the king of whom Salmanasar, the king of Assyria, led away captive, and he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land.
Right. This is a precept straight from 2 Kings, the 17th chapter, where that king. What's up?
It's an unusually large number of people.
Don't worry about it. Let's keep going. That could be Giorgio trying to bring the heathens in here. Right. Go ahead.
Come. Verse 41.
This is the king Hosea, was in charge of the northern kingdom because they split from Israel. There was a rebellion in Israel at one time, and it happens from time to time. It happened with Joshua, I believe. It happened with Joshua. You know, Moses wasn't the only one to split water. This thing happened with Joshua, and Joshua had to split some water on, I think, Reuben and them wanted to have a separate Passover, right? And Joshua and them said, oh, you want to have a separate Passover? No problem. Me and the rest of Israel is going to come visit you, and it might be the last one. So make a decision today. It was a threat, right? If you need a precept on it, I could go through it another time. But they wanted to have a separate Passover. They was bluffing up until Joshua rolled. And then them niggas said, nah, there's only one. We'll celebrate Passover at your altar, not ours. Because it's a death penalty offense to breach the nation. It's a death penalty offense to separate and start something new that the Lord did not appoint. You get the point? So in various times through the history of Israel, like in any nation, there's going to be somebody that's going to rise up and think they're bigger than our constitution, our history, our law, and want to take things into their own hands and have their own way. And this happened with 2 Kings. This happened with Saul and David. This happened, Cain and Abel. It happens all the way through. And anytime there's confusion about what the Lord wants, there's going to be war. And whoever wins is who the Lord is with. That's how life is. That's how the Bible is. That's just it, right? So here now, majority of the kingdom is into captivity, in the Assyrian captivity. Who remained in Israel was Judah and his fellows, Judah, Benjamin, part of Levi. Later on, Judah and his fellows went off the same way and sinned against the Lord. And the Lord brought the Romans in and occupied Jerusalem, and everybody got kicked out. And now we all making our way back. We all now, the prodigal son, we all now consider Gentiles or Israelites who took on heathen customs and coming back to the Lord. But in this particular history, these 9.5 went to Assyrian captivity over water into Babylon, which is today Iraq, that Iraq area, and went into captivity in another land. Keep reading up. You can back here, please.
Verse 41. They took this counsel among themselves that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt.
Right, but while in that captivity, the 9.5 tribes took counsel among themselves and said, listen, man, we ain't staying in this prison no more. We're not staying here anymore. We're going to leave and go into a country that nobody ever knew, that no man ever dwelt before. Keep going.
Come, verse 42.
Uh-huh.
That they might there keep their statutes, which they never kept in their own land.
Which is heavy, which is how we all are as a people. We don't ever want to act right when we can do it voluntarily. We always wait until the Lord jam your ass fully up, where you're sitting in a cell with no bail, or you're hooked up to about 3 IVs and everything going beep, beep, beep around you, and you can't get up until you decide to turn to the Lord. It's much better to turn to the Lord when you have a choice. Because when you're forced to do it, you may not make it. Not everybody gets that mercy. It's better that you hear and receive it than forbear to hear, and then later on you're begging for the Lord, you're looking for the Lord, and you can't find him. It's better to do it when you have a choice, brother. It's easier. It might seem hard, but it's way easier than you just can't reach. You just cannot reach it. You get the point? So the 9.5 tribes, they said to themselves, we're not going to stay in this captivity any longer. We're going to break out and go to a whole new place, and we'll keep God's laws there. That was the plan. Go ahead.
Come. And they entered into the Euphrates by the narrow passage of the river.
Go ahead.
For the Most High then shewed signs for them, and held still.
Alexa giving trouble. What's going on? Alexa raise a damn hand, man. Go ahead.
Come. For the Most High then shewed signs for them, and held still the flood till they were passed over. For through that country there was a great way to go, namely of 1.5 years. And the same region is called Azareth.
Go ahead.
Then dwelt they there until the latter time, and now when they shall begin to come.
Right? So the 9.5 tribes, hold the point out. The 9.5 tribes, they left the Assyrian captivity and went into boats, into ships, and went over the ocean where the scripture said the Lord held the flood. Meaning what? The Lord held the waters. He held it still. They tell you in history, where do they say in history that the native Indians came from and the Latino tribes? Where do they say they came from?
Salaki, sir.
Go ahead.
The ice bridge, the Bering Strait from Russia over to the top of
and came down through Canada to Seattle.
Right.
And came through Washington. That's what they say, right? They say that the native Indian tribes walked to America through the Bering Strait. You'll see that map up there? Okay, so to the left, you see where America is, right? You see to the left of it, you have that green spot that's supposed to be what? What's up there? That's Alaska up there? Right. Alaska is touching that yellow part, which is the eastern part of Russia, the easternmost part of Russia. Because you might want to pull a map up on the screen for the people online, right? According to science, now, those of you who don't know, this is very, very close. Like you could take a small boat and go from the edge of Russia to Alaska. Alaska belonged to Russia many years ago and was sold to America for some purchase, right? If you go up there right now, there's a lot of Russian architecture and a lot of Russian descendants. According to scientists, at some point, it froze, the body of water between the two of them froze to solid ice, and the native Indians was somewhere sitting in that corner and walked over. That's a lie. They sailed from, touch where Iraq is on the map there. Yeah, in that area right up there, go up a little high, right? So you have that's, I think that body of water is what, going up into the land is what, the Red Sea?
Arabian Sea, sir.
No, go up some more. Go to your left and up. You're right there. What's that body of land, water?
Persian Gulf.
Persian Gulf. You see all that area up there? To the right of that is Iraq, right? That's the Assyrian captivity. They got into boats, sailed down through that, and all the way down to the bottom of the coast of South Africa and up to the west, to the Americas. That's how the native Indians got to the Americas, all right? you go and do Native Indian and Latino archaeology, the archaeology is there that they sailed, that they settled in those parts first. They did not walk across the Bering Strait. That's white man hypothesis. The white scientists always hypothesize things they can't understand. For example, the dinosaurs you learned of when you was 5 years old, are they the same dinosaurs that your kids learning about today? You sure? Yeah, they got some new ass dinosaurs today. In 20 years, the dinosaurs gonna have cell phones. Because the white man has never seen a dinosaur. When you go to the museum, the whole structure of the dinosaur, have they ever found a whole dinosaur? Anybody knows? They've never ever found a whole dinosaur. They found a large bone. They found one bone, a very large bone, and they say, well, this bone got to have belonged to something so big. And they start to do something called, what's the scientific thing? Not postulate. It's like theorizing, like a hypothesis. They find one bone, and then they say because of the edges of this bone, it's almost like you find a shoulder bone. You know what a shoulder bone looks like. And they say, okay, for this bone to be this size, it had to belong to something big, bigger than an elephant, because an elephant bone is this size, but what we found is bigger. So now they be what's the damn thing, boy? Hypolate. It's some scientific theory.
Is it postulate?
Not postulate. It'll come to me in a second. Where they put the bone here and they start to draw what they think is the structure of the animal that belong to this bone. And as science evolves and they learn more about bones, the animal changes. So you would see the dinosaurs your parents learned about 20, 30, 40 years ago. That's not what the kids are learning about today. They got dinosaurs with feathers today. That's what they're saying. Have you ever, when you was growing up, the dinosaurs have feathers? Not the one on the earth. The ones that fly in maybe. But they have dinosaurs walking around with feathers. That's what they're teaching the kids, because they never actually found one. It's all an educated guess. They use the science and they make an educated guess on what something looked like. And it's the same thing with the history of the Bering Strait. That's an educated guess. There's no artifacts up there that say it. The artifacts all say they went into a ship and sailed according to what the Bible says. Go ahead.
I got it. It's called paleontology.
That's the study of it. But the process of taking this one thing and building a whole story around it is something else. It's not high.
So long, sir.
Go ahead.
Is it astiology?
That's the study of it. This thing is like a postulate, something like that. I remember. Anyway, let's just get back to the topic, all right? So now these tribes went into the captivity, and they're here today. The Native Indian tribes are the 12 tribes of Israel. The Latino tribes, also the native Latino tribes, not the descendants of Spaniards. The native Latino tribes that you would find in the Puerto Rico, the Boricua, the native Cubans, the native South Americans. Those people are the 12 tribes of Israel. It's in our customs. It's in their history. You would find many designs of the shield in their clothing. They wear the braids like Israelites. Their clothing has the fringes law into them like the children of Israel. Go ahead.
Slack, if I may, what was the name of that hill in New Mexico where they had it designed like a bunker, like a fortress?
Like a fortress. I know what you're talking about. Something mesa.
But they had Hebrew writing.
They had Hebrew writing. The oldest tablet, the oldest record of the 10 tribes, the 10 commandments is found in Hebrew from one of those places in New Mexico where the Native Indians settled, right? And it's found in Hebrew. Why is it found in Hebrew in Native Indian culture? Because the Native Indians are Israelites.
Right.
They're not heathens. The Chinese, the Japanese, they are heathens. So when that scripture talks about the Lord bringing out every other, what does it say? The one he pulled? So it says the Lord is bringing others into the 12 tribes, into the nation, something like that. I don't want to paraphrase it wrong. It's talking about those who are scattered. It's those who are scattered abroad. Give me James 1:1, 1 Peter 1:1 as well, all right?
So like you want me to read the scripture?
Yeah, please. 1 second, I'm gonna come to you.
Isaiah 56:8. The Lord God who gathers the outcasts of Israel says, yet I will gather to him others.
Who gathers what? The outcast of Israel. The outcast, right? Outcast meaning what? They didn't keep the laws here, so they got outcast. Go ahead.
Khan. Yet I will gather to him others besides those who are gathered to him.
Right. Besides those who are gathered to him. For the dummy, the slow one who say read it slow. The others he's gathering are besides those who are gathered to him, meaning who he kept at that time, which was Judah, Benjamin, part of Levi. He said, I would gather others besides them, which are the ones who are scattered. Give me 1 Peter 1:1, James 1:1, if you have it real quick.
James chapter 1, verse 1. James, a servant of God and of the Lord Jesus Christ, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad. Greeting.
The 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, not some other heathen, not some other nation. This is a letter to the 12 tribes that are scattered abroad. The entire New Testament is not to the rest of the world. It's not God loves everybody. The New Testament is a letter to the children of the Old Testament who are not in Jerusalem anymore, who are scattered throughout the earth. That's why it was sent to them. When Paul went to Rome and Corinth and Galatia, he didn't go to recruit white people. Paul was no white man. He went to find Israelites who was worshiping the customs of Rome and Galatia and Corinth. Go ahead, Shapat.
Salaki, sir. James and Paul and all them, it says in the scripture that they were students of Christ, saying apostles of Christ. And Christ said, I come not before the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
It's all over the Bible. It's all over the Bible. Let me get James 1:1, then we move on, all right? Just for time's sake, for sure, because I might need some time with this Venezuela thing.
It's like, also,
already
I
the
just
James
read
1:1?
it. Khan.
Okay, let me get the other
First
one.
Peter.
Please.
First Peter 1:1. Peter, an apostle of Jesus Christ.
Peter, who is an apostle of Jesus Christ, which is, Peter the rock. That's his right-hand man. Go ahead.
To the strangers scattered throughout Pontus, Galatia, Cappadocia, Asia, and Bithynia.
Read it one more time, Salah.
Khan. 1 Peter 1:1. Peter, an apostle of Jesus Christ, to the strangers scattered throughout Pontus, Galatia, Cappadocia, Asia, and Bithynia.
Right, all these is places that Paul went to, that Paul wanted to raise up, and these are the strangers. Who are the strangers? Those of Israel who are scattered in those areas. All right, any more on it? Please read on. I think there's more.
Verse 2. Elect according to the foreknowledge of God the Father, through sanctification of the Spirit unto obedience, and sprinkling of the blood of Jesus Christ, grace unto you and peace be multiplied.
Right, grace unto you and peace. Hold on, I think you left something out. Let me pull up to you and grab it. All right. No, that's it. 1 Peter 1:1, James 1:1. That's what you would need for the scattered. All right. This is not talking about, bringing an African in or Ethiopian in or Chinese in. That's the Bible is very clear. This is for the 12 tribes of Israel. All right. The 12 tribes of Israel: Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Ephraim, Manasseh, Issachar, Zebulun. Who else I'm missing? Asher, Naphtali, Gad, Reuben. All right. I think that's it. I'm missing anybody? I think that's about it, right? Which is the so-called Negro in America, the West Indian, Puerto Rican, the Cuban, the Jamaican, West Indian, the Brazilian, Panama, Mexico, Chile, Argentina, Bolivia, the native people of those lands. We are all the 12 tribes, the native Indians, the Seminole Indian, the Cherokee, the Blackfoot, the Chickasaw, the Sioux, those native people. We are all the same people. We are all the same nation or race of people. We just come in many different colors, and because of captivity, we speak different languages, but we are the children of God. Much like the white man, they're all Esau, but you got Germans, you got Polish, you got Britain, you got the American, you got the French, you got the Spaniard. They're all devils. They're all the white man, but they got their own tribes. You got the 12 tribes of Israel. I believe in Esau's kingdom is called the 13 dukes of Edom. The 13 dukes of Edom, they're split up in empires in the same way, but they're all the same people. All right. Good to go. Any more?
Thank you, sir.
Please go ahead, Ak.
If I may, I wanted to make a point on topic about just proving that the same people from the ancient times of Egypt are the same people is the greatest architects from them pyramids is the so-called I.S.U.P.K, because at that point in time, I.S.U.P.K, well, in Mexico, they have the same pyramid structure. And there's no way at that time that they know what was going on over there unless they had that blueprint.
That's right. That's right. I think some of the oldest, I think the one in Mexico is older, right? Or it's just as old. One of them is very, very old, older than something in the East. I think that the one of them pyramids in Mexico is super, super old, or is the biggest one or some shit like that. Go ahead.
I know there's more on this side of the earth than
the other side.
Kind of kind.
All right. The history is there. It's just if you want it. All right. Boom. No, I still need this. If there are any questions in the room, y'all don't be shy. Y'all make it here. I get your questions answered. All right. If not, I'm moving on. You good to go? Give me Genesis 49 in the meantime. Y'all good? Any questions in the room? All right. Just raise your hand if you have a question in the meantime. All right.
No, okay.
All right. Give me Genesis 49. All right. So many of y'all, I'm sure everybody in here paying attention to the news. Give me some things of what's going on in the news right now. Right, we finished with the Apocrypha too. Y'all ain't got to hold it open. If you could close it and relax yourself until the next time. What's going on in the news right now? Let me get somebody else, Shepard. I know you up on it. I'm gonna start to skip you in a second. A short second. I realize you tuned in and sharp. 1 second, ROI. Let me get a young brother here. Go ahead.
They're talking about closing food banks.
Not food banks.
Well, not food banks, but they were talking about
food stamps and SNAP, right? Government assistance. They're talking about shutting it down. Let me get your brother next to you. What are you hearing about what's going on in the news today?
Honestly, I don't really pay attention to a lot of news stuff.
That's fine. I didn't pay attention to the news before the truth either. The only news I was concerned with is the new Jordan. That's what I wanted to find out. When it dropping and how much. That's about it. Let me get some of these sisters. Sis, go ahead. Either one. Y'all rock, paper, scissors for it. Whoever want to go first. Go ahead. Y'all shoot dice. Whatever y'all do. Somebody go. I don't know how to skip you. You go ahead now. Go ahead, sis.
What's going on in Jamaica? Dealing with
the hurricane in Jamaica. Yeah. You know what I mean? Y'all know Benjamins. They was partying yesterday before the hurricane. I watched some videos today. Them niggas diving in the water. I'm like, boy, we the special people of the earth. Them bastards in Palestine crying, talking about stop bombing us. You got Jamaicans partying in the middle of Melissa. Good night. We the children of Israel for real. Because if you can find the video, they show you the streets got like about 20 feet of water. Them niggas on top like a balcony in a house. And they're diving into the water. Yesterday, before the damn hurricane, they in the streets partying, brother. They having a hurricane party. You may not know. But in the Caribbean, we find an excuse to party for everything. I for sure know it. I lived through a coup in Trinidad, and I remember when they took over the government, they had what they call curfews. You couldn't be outside after a certain time. I think it was 6 to 6. So after 6, if you're outside, you could get shot, you could get killed, you could, the army could lock you up, you could go missing. Brother, there was curfew parties at 5 o'clock. Niggas is driving to the house. And they're in there for 12 hours. Food, drinks, and music until 6 the next morning. There's nothing else to do. What are you going to do? Sit in the house and just, worry? Man, turn that music up, man. I can go ahead.
So I saw a video where a brother was in the middle of the storm at the beach and watching the waves jump over the rocks like, oh!
Listen, I'm trying to tell you, we the 12 tribes of Israel, brother. I'm shocked at the death toll. How much is the death toll? So far, who knows?
Who
knows what they're saying? Go ahead.
I seen that the death toll is only 26 because it's from Jamaica to Haiti, and it's now hitting Cuba.
Well, and that's between the two islands, right?
Well, the 3.
Yeah, that's this morning I heard like 6 or 7. Not saying that that's just a little bit, but compared to what you thought that disaster would have brought. That's ridiculous. How much people died down there in Texas? On that, you remember that flood, that hurricane? How much people died down there? I want to say, it was way more than that. It was way more than that. Like, we the Lord's children. When we came out of Egypt, we was in the wilderness. Moses went up on the mount to talk to the Lord. Moses came back down. What was the people doing? Partying. But that's Israelite. We stressed out. I guarantee you, brother, there's going to be a no food stamp party sometime this weekend. There's going to be a club, and they're gonna Photoshop MLK with a big chain and some hoes around him, and no food stamp party, something. That's just who we are. We are not like the heathens. We make everything look good, even suffering. Right. You heathens over there in Palestine looking dusty. We'd have been fly up in that bowl of dust. Go ahead.
I was scrolling on Instagram a little earlier today at my slave, and I came across a post, and they were hosting a funeral for EBT, Snap, and Wick.
Come on, man. I'm trying to tell you, we different. Bukwash got the video up on the screen. They partying, brother. Now, Bukwash, Benjamin is. Don't show no ass and shit up. Just don't do that, brother. Don't do that. I don't want to get a call saying, why am I enticing young brothers? Right? But that's what's going on. You could pass it, Mike. Let me hear, sis. What do you know that's going on in the news right now? Or Salaki? But whoever have it, that's fine. You can pass it to her afterwards.
I've been hearing about how Trump firing people in the White House. He's
definitely getting rid of everybody. He's shrinking the government, trying to hold money back, saying they broke, while he spends $300 million on a club. I'm gonna come back to you. Go ahead, sis.
The only thing I've been hearing about is the shutdown in DC for like the EBT, and then
You shut down in DC for the EBT because it affects us in this area a whole lot. It affects us a whole lot. So you're gonna hear about the shutdown. Let me come to the brother. I'll come to you all. All right, go ahead. Salaki, somebody was online holding.
Yeah, cut on cancer.
Go ahead.
We got straight up warfare that broke out in the streets of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, through the police and the cartels down there.
Right, there's a whole street war going on now. What's the death toll? How much Asherites did the police kill?
It was over 80.
80 in a raid, in a drug raid. Where have you ever heard that shit? Imagine police kicking your door for drugs, or come down on a zone, cordon off a whole zone, and they're going in there for drugs, but they kill 80 people. Where have you heard that ever? Go ahead.
Sorry, there's a question online, but when you saying that, it reminded me of a story. So
go ahead. Story time with Bukwash.
Yeah,
you need to start the channel. You need to start the channel. When I was dot.
So when I was in
I told you. Go ahead.
I was in Sao Paulo, and I was going somewhere, and
somewhere I know where, but somewhere. There's a club name somewhere.
Yeah, concert. So I was like sitting in this park, and I was about to just go. I was just relaxing, right? And I saw like the Brazilian police like kind of hassling some people, right? And after they was hassling some people, the dude like kind of walked by me. He looked at me, and I'm just sitting on the bench. In my mind, I know he ain't gonna bother me, but he looked at me. And then I looked at him, and he was like, he kind of took half a step. He was like,
you had to double check.
Yeah, constant. And then he just went about his business. But the reason why I say that is because when he went about his business, I saw his sidearm. He had like the biggest hand cannon I've ever seen, a revolver. I'd never seen a revolver that goddamn big.
That's let's call that one. I think it's named after a snake.
Python?
Is he Python?
Oh, that
python is huge. That shit, you don't hold that right to break your wrist.
Yeah, constantly.
Yeah, that shit will do something to you. It ain't good for the aiming. You'll be a better aim correct. So the kickback on that shit is ridiculous, but that shit is gonna kill you.
So when they talking about them like that in the barrios and the favelas, I totally believe it.
Yeah, brother, Brazil is under tremendous white supremacy and oppression. And it's very, very segregated. It's very extremely segregated. And what the Brazilian ghettos are called favelas. And they're stacked on hills going up. And brother, when the cops go in there, they just go in there to kill everybody and line it up and put, pictures on the news as if they're doing something to stop crime. But they're not. All right. And then we're going to go into that. Anybody else? You had your hand up? Go ahead.
There was a question.
Let me hear the question now. I probably might bypass it tonight.
You might bypass it, sir.
Go ahead, Al.
But it's from Ryan Akinanabadi says, if I can't get women and feel the ugliest person on the planet, hard to be outside, what kind of help can you actually get me?
What?
It sounds like he wants to know how to get women.
Unfortunately, you can't be told what the matrix is. You gotta experience that for yourself. That's an inside joke because in the Bible, a woman's vagina is referred to as a matrix. Unfortunately, I can't tell you what the matrix is. You gotta experience that shit for yourself. You get the point? Your biggest problem is getting a woman. You have a lot to learn. You have a lot to learn. Rick Ross got a woman.
Like yes, sir.
P. Diddy got a woman. Women get women. What the fuck is your problem? There's more of them than us. You got a problem. You might be gay. You might have, let me not say that. It probably might be somebody who really need the help. You get the point? Just come up in here, brother. We'll show you how to get, if you're a brother, we'll show you how to get women. The first rule to getting women is don't try to get them. All right? That gonna fall on deaf ears. I already know. The first rule to trying to get in women, if you want to get some women, do not try to get them. You come up in here, they'll be trying to get you, and you'll have your pick of the litter. Go ahead. Who was on?
Like yes, sir.
Go ahead, Shaw.
And today Asha pull up Kamla.
Come on, explain it. Break it down. Not everybody gonna understand the Trinidad lingo. It's 3 words. He said paragraph there, just so you all know. He said 3 words. They don't understand what put up Kamala mean.
The whole of Venezuela came out with cards, everything, and whatever name they could put they put like a whole battalion of people.
Right. We're definitely going into that tonight because who has heard about the war or the impending war in Venezuela? Come on, Shabbat.
So like now I was waiting to see if anybody would say that one, but how Trump is, accused of murdering. Murdering people. Accused of murdering people on a boat. You know what I'm saying?
They killed 54 people so far. They bombed 14 boats from the sky. And they don't know if they all had drugs or not. They just see a boat, bomb the boat. 54 people dead so far. Go ahead.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. Now, we know he just bombing people because they have no evidence. But they're accusing him of straight up murder.
He definitely that's straight up murder. That's like a cop pulling you over, suspecting you had drugs in your car, and not taking you to jail, but executing you on the spot.
Awesome.
Right? So all these things are going on in the earth, right? There's Russia and Ukraine, Israel and Palestine, and right now, America and Venezuela, right? America and Venezuela. You could probably give me a little map on the screen of Venezuela, where it is. Zoom in all the way on Venezuela so you can see Trinidad as well, right? That's what's going on. Definitely today. That's very, very major, and it's super important because it's in our backyard. It's in what's called America's backyard. America's backyard is anything on the Western Hemisphere. America is dubbed the world police. Really is the most powerful country in the world. America decides if you eat or you don't eat, right? There's a few countries that could step to America, namely Russia and China, but everybody else more or less bends the knee to the flag, right? Go ahead. No, I think you might want to zoom in a little bit more. I need everybody to see where you might want to get the colored map so you could see where Venezuela is and see where Trinidad is. You might want to get the colored one. That one is kind of what do you call it? It's so green, super, super green. You get what I'm saying? All right. Let me know if you need help too. I had this computer up here. I might be able to help you out with it. All right. So now, how many people have heard about Trump moving on Venezuela? Is that familiar to y'all at all? 2? You need to pay attention to that. I would advise you all. I know you all a lot. You're in the young crowd. You're the Alpha generation or the Z generation, Y, Z. Once it's there again, she's watching me side eye like, don't you dare call me a young nigga. You're all YNs. You're all YNs. You're supposed to take that YN flag and fly it high. Go ahead.
Thank you, sir.
Listen, get out of the house. Try to make us try to demonize us in the public, talking about young niggas, young niggas. You are old nigga. Yeah, we all young niggas. I'm with y'all. Go ahead.
I wanted to speak about what something else I heard in the news too. Trump has been firing not only the people in the White House, but he's been firing a whole rack of military generals and chiefs.
Yeah,
like
he's
high-ranking people.
He's definitely been doing that. A few of them are leaving as well. There's one admiral, I think is a brother. He was on one of them ships in the Caribbean. He stepped down. He said he's not part of this shit that you're all about to do. All right, go ahead. Quickly,
I also noticed from that there were a lot of people that he was firing there were Air Force. And you know, Air Force, they typically sit still and they hold strong in their beliefs. And they not really moving for something that they don't got to move for. So like the people who don't agree with Trump, he fired them. So like he wants the Air Force to be active, real active right now.
Listen, Christ said if you don't agree with him, he gonna cut your head off. Trump is in his kingdom. America is the white man's kingdom. Trump is doing what any white man in power would do in his kingdom. Just know that when Christ rules, he's gonna have he's gonna have a say in who goes where. All right. So let's rock with it. All right. Where we at? All right, what did he say there? Bakwasti, Ryan, K, nobody?
Yeah, he says, I came to get help, not laughed at.
Well, listen, if you came to get help, just tell me what city and state you're in, and I could direct you to the school over there so you could go in there and learn how to get women. All right. If you feel offended that I made a joke about your current state, I apologize, Ryan. I apologize to you so much. But there are bigger things in life than your ability to get a woman. And that in itself, Ryan, I don't know if you're a brother or not, it's probably why you're not getting any. Women do not like to be made a big deal of her. That's a lie to the white man. They make a big deal of you. But you try to make a big deal of a woman. You listen to Boys to Men. I gave you the sun, the moon, the stars. She don't want that shit. She don't want that. That does not move her. She wants you to be somebody she cannot get. Yet still you will have her. That's how you get her. And the only way to get her, the Bible says the woman is the strongest thing on earth. It's a sidebar and we get to the oil. The only commodity more valuable than oil on earth is vagina. I'm going to tell you it straight up and down. It has conquered kings. It has brought many men to the grave. That's the only commodity that's just stronger than money, stronger than gold, stronger than oil. It's the most powerful thing on the earth. I wouldn't drop a bomb for that. I'm trying to put, in this case, I'm trying to put brothers in perspective. Because you're going to have some brothers saying, yes, she's God. No, nigga, she's not. All right? To have her and rule over her, you're going to have something that's stronger than her. And the only thing stronger than a woman and her vagina and all the pleasures that the Lord built into her for you is the truth, is the knowledge of God. If you want to chase after her, you will be lonely and you will be laughed at. If you want to seek the Lord's kingdom, they will chase after you, and you'll have fun. You'll have fun. Go ahead,
So like I got your precept.
Which one?
Matthew 6 and 32, 33.
About the woman?
All things you want.
All right, I'll take that. Go ahead.
Come, sir. The book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 32. After all these things do the Gentiles seek, for your heavenly Father knoweth that ye have need of all these things. But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you.
That's it. Just seek the Lord. Seek the Lord. What you should seek to find is not how to get a woman, but where the school is, and go sit in there. Where the school is, go sit in there and learn about how you can be useful to the Lord. And maybe the Lord might find it useful that you get a woman. Remember, the Lord made Adam and then saw that he was lonely. Get the point? But Adam served the Lord. He served him. You're going to have to come in here and serve the Lord if you want to get it. And then you're going to realize that there are greater things than that are. And then you're going to realize that to sit and feel sorry for yourself because you don't have a woman, it's very, very weak. It's the spirit of the white man. It's very weak. You tell me a drug dealer could get a woman to put a half a kilo of cocaine up inside her and go on a plane from point A to B, but you can't get one? No. There's something wrong with you. And it could be fixed in here if you're willing to be fixed. If you're willing to learn, if you're willing to understand. All right? Let's move on. Just put whatever city and state you're in. We'll send you to the school. And within about 6 months to a year, you're going to be a brand new man. And you too will laugh at yourself with this joke here. You too will laugh at yourself and be like, boy, I was really silly and stupid and simple. I can speak because I once was like you, brother. Coming in here, didn't know my head from my ass. And I thought the biggest thing in the world was that tail I was trying to get. That she was oh so great and special until the general said, look yonder, young man. Look how many more there are. You're worrying about this one here. There's so many of them. There's so many. Don't worry about it. Just come in here and learn to work. Learn to work, and they'll come try to work for you. All right, let's go before time run out. All right. So where we at? Venezuela, right? Because we could get us up there. Yeah. Go ahead. Baltimore. Oh shit! You better go down to Baltimore, man. Go on down to Baltimore. You got Captain Saparia up there. You got Officer Warrior up there. You got Officer Kazak up there. Go on down to Baltimore, and they all report to General Kathamgaba, who raised me personally, brother. You're go on down there. They'll teach you how to get some tail. They'll teach you how to do that, but they're gonna put you to work first, though. If you ain't trying to work, don't worry about it. Vagina is for men who work. No, that ain't sound right. And them broads be saying broke niggas don't get no tail. That ain't sound right. But I'm talking about working for the Lord. All right. You able to do it? I need the whatever you put showing to show up here too, so that people in school would see. All right. So Venezuela, somebody started pull up the things on Venezuela. I need to know Venezuela oil reserve. I also need when Venezuela's oil reserve was discovered. I don't know if you could you probably could just show the tab with the map. Just skip to the tab with the map, whatever tab it is, because you already zoomed in. Yeah, you could just show that, and whatever you're zooming in, they'll see that. All right, but the people online will see the whole thing. It's too wild. So this is so y'all see where Venezuela is here, right? Now that whole thing, if you zoom out a little more, zoom out some more. More. All right. I think that's probably the biggest picture we have. No sweat. You see Colombia is there. You see below is Brazil. So now, as the brother said, in Brazil last night, they killed 80 people in some raid for drugs. Why is there a whole raid going on for drugs? And they say it's war. They say it's war in the streets now, while there's conflict between America and Venezuela. Who has the oil reserve numbers? Go ahead. You could zoom on. You could zoom back in. That's good right there. Go ahead, Al. Where's the mic, brother? Help him out, please. Quickly. I ain't got time.
It says that they have around 303 billion barrels.
Of what?
Of oil. The largest in the world.
Is this a deposit or what they currently produce?
What they currently produce.
No, I need the reserve. I don't need what they currently produce.
So, Salagi, it says Venezuela's proven oil reserves for the 2025 are estimated at around 303 billion barrels.
303 billion barrels of oil in reserve. Today, that's the largest oil reserve on earth. It's bigger than whatever is in Saudi Arabia and Dubai and United Arab Emirates. In other words, if Venezuela is allowed to continue, and with customers on the eastern side of the earth, Venezuela can now take over oil production and be the biggest supplier of oil in the world. And that's a huge, huge deal for a bunch of spicks and wetbacks, according to the white man, right? Why is that important? Because right now, who produces the most oil in the world? Where's the world's oil come from? Go ahead.
Israelites?
No.
Okay, so
Go ahead.
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia, right? That Middle East region, they control oil. They have something called OPEC, right? Which is like the oil mafia. They decide the oil prices. They adjust oil prices. They adjust oil production. If they want prices to go up, they'll trim back production. If they want prices to go down, they'll flood the market with more oil. They control the whole thing. And purchasing oil is, to purchase oil right now, you could only purchase oil in US dollars. You cannot buy oil in your own currency. If you're Chinese, you can't go to the Saudi Arabians with yen and buy oil. You have to convert your money first to US dollars, then take the US dollars and go to Saudi Arabia and pay them in US dollars. That was done, I think, in the 70s. Somebody could look up the introduction of what they call the petrodollar. You could look that up. The petrodollar. The petrodollar was put in place so that America's economy would not fall, right? America's might is what? What is America's strength and power? Who knows? Now, that's the young brother right here. Go ahead. Think about it. What makes America strong in the whole world?
I want to say like the army.
The military. That's right, brother. What made you say that?
I don't really know. It was like I was talking about it like before I graduated with my friends, and like I don't know, they got a big army and they feel like they overpower like a lot of other places.
You got it so right. You saying you ain't paying attention to news. You're paying attention more than most people. America's military is their might. Because if you don't do what they want, they'll just invade you and bomb and destabilize the country and just take over. The same thing with what Israel is doing to Palestine right now. Right? That whole Palestinian bombing that was going on. Off the coast of Palestine, they have another oil reserve that they're not talking about. And that's why Israel was bombing Palestine into powder, because they want to take it over so they could take their oil. They're trying to secure oil because that's what runs the world. That's the economy of the world today. It's used in everything. It's used in your cars. It's used for gas to cook. It's used in turbines. It's used for war. To power all them planes and tanks and all that thing, you need oil. And you need access to it. And you need cheap access to it. Venezuela has the largest oil reserve on the planet today. You control that, you could control the future of the earth for the next maybe 50 to 100 years. You get the point? You could compete with the Arabs. You could really build an empire. So who looked at the petrodollar? Go ahead, Bukwash. 1973, they came out with the petrodollar, right? And this was to keep America's economy afloat, right? Because of the petrodollar, America, now any other country, when they go ahead, do your thing. On any other country, their currency is backed by gold. Usually your country's currency is backed by gold. So you'd have a certain amount of gold in reserve, and you could print paper that equates to the value of this gold. It's an IOU. It's like saying, I want to buy clothes from you. Let's say you make clothes or you grow potatoes. I come with this piece of paper that says $5, and this is good for $5 worth of gold. Instead of coming with the gold and giving it to you, I could give you this note, a promissory note, and you could take this and go put it in the bank, and now you will have a certain amount of money that's valued in gold. The problem with that is gold goes up and down, and it's finite, meaning if that's all the gold you have, that's all you have. If somebody else comes with more gold, they'll have more buying power. America now, because oil is a relatively infinite resource, meaning it's going to end sometime or dwindle, but it's going to be hundreds of years. It's going to be for a while. Whoever has the oil now really has tremendous amount of buying power and money. America said, listen, we want part of that action. We'll bomb your country into smithereens if you don't play ball with us. So you have to agree to sell your oil only in US currency. We'll print money out the ass. We just print it. It doesn't matter. America's money cannot run out because they just print it. They just keep printing it, printing it, printing it, printing it. They just print money. Just print it as long as people need. Over the past 20 years, China has started to build their empire, right? Now, this is a little history. I know sometimes history is boring, but stick with me. I guarantee it's going to get good. China has started to build their empire. China devalued their money, I think, in the late 90s, and their money became damn near worthless. The Chinese yen became worthless in the world. You know, it's like 1 billion plus of them over there. They have huge manpower. They devalued their dollar and started bidding on international contracts, construction contracts all over the world to build bridges, roads, buildings all over. China, I think, has the largest international contract in Africa, in different states of Africa, in the Caribbean and South America. All those governments have given the Chinese the contracts to build over there. And in 20 years, they was able to secure so much contracts that they was able to amass a certain amount of money and future revenue by doing what? Part of the contract to build in your country is that their workers do the work. So the money stays with them. They don't pay the locals. If your country cannot afford the contract, even though it's so cheap because the yen is so low, they'll build it for free if you agree to give them 50% of your resources for the next 100 years. So they'll build it, but whatever your country exports, you got to give them money. And because of that, China was able to expand its empire and its political and economic reach in the world. Africa, the Caribbean, and South America. China is in Venezuela right now, as we speak, right now. And China now, in those 20 years, have formed an alliance called BRICS. BRICS. Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. These 5 countries formed an alliance, I think in 2016 or 14, something like that. And they declared that they were going to form a new oil, conglomerate damn near. They were going to start trading amongst themselves, buying oil from Russia. Russia produces a great amount of oil as well. And they would now trade not using the US dollar. They were the ones who introduced crypto. Crypto started with them. And they was trying to destabilize the US, to not use the US dollar. America got wind of it and decided to take action. That's why you see around that time they got rid of Muammar Gaddafi. He was in tune with it as well. And then round about, I think 2007 or 8 is when they started hearing about this oil reserve in Venezuela. Now that's important because the history of Venezuela is what you need to understand, right? Venezuela was once belonged to which European oppressor? Who knows? Very obvious.
Slack it, sir.
Go ahead.
Spain.
Spain once ruled over Venezuela and ruled damn near all of South America, right? This was the late 1700s. You had a guy called Simón Bolívar, right? Simón Bolívar, from all the research, he was a heathen, but he belonged to a group called the Creoles, which was descendants of Spanish or Spaniards in Venezuela at the time. Simón Bolívar, his parents died. He went to Spain to study, and he came back to Venezuela and led a revolution in Venezuela, right? It's called the Bolivarian Revolution. At the time, he was really inspired by the Haitian Revolution and also the current climate in the late 1700s. Who else had a revolution? Who else had a revolution in the late 1700s? Come on.
It was Haiti.
America, 1776, right? And the French Revolution happened shortly after the Haitian one. But the Haitian Revolution with Toussaint was so much of a success, it inspired a whole lot. And the Haitian Revolution also destabilized Europe because France at the time was the most powerful country on the planet because of Haiti, right? They said Haiti was the crown jewel was the prize jewel in the crown of France because of all the money was coming in from Haiti. because all the sugarcane, the trade, the easy access to free slave labor. When Toucey revolted, it caused a ripple effect. There was wars in Europe. They all fought each other. And from all that infighting is where you have the European Union, the birth of the European Union. You ever heard of the EU? The European Union came to existence because they said we will never fight each other again. Because after World War II, they realized they lost so much, and the third world was able to come up more. And they wanted to keep everybody who was not white under their foot. And they said, we cannot go to war anymore. We have to come together with this European Union. And that's how strong these rebellions and revolts were, that it caused ripples in their world. So now fast forward to the early 1800s, Simon Bolivar went back and started a revolution in Venezuela, right? I think around 1811, he won in Venezuela and pushed the Spanish back. Around that time, Napoleon, who was, you all know who Napoleon is, right? Right? He was a French leader who was, marauding through the earth. He took over and was, going to Egypt, going everywhere else. He was expanding his empire. He made his brother ruler over France at the time. Simon Bolivar went and raised up an army. Around that time, part of your education was, also military. That's why even Toucey, if you know the history of Toucey Louverture in Haiti, he grew up and he was raised also in the military and learned the whole art of war, the laws of war, and how to do it. And that's what helped him stave off the French and the Spanish, who controlled Dominican Republic at the time. So Simon Bolivar came back 1811, pushed back the Spaniards. Napoleon's brother Joseph came back and took it from him in 1812 again, right, with the French army, with the Spanish army, with the French army. A year later, Bolivar returned with help from Haiti. Haiti gave them money, gave them military help, right? Till this day, that area where Venezuela is, Colombia, you could get a bigger map, Bolivia, Ecuador, they all form something called Gran Colombia. I think it's Gran Colombia. Hold on. Yes, Gran Colombia. It was like almost like a United States, but it was for Latin American countries. You get the point? Now, Simon Bolivar, with his education, even though he was a heathen, I believe it's from the research, his mother was a local. And because of that, he had a heart for the native people. And he wanted, like every Edomite at the time, to break away from the crown in the east and have their own. His family owned a lot of gold mines and natural resources in Venezuela. So they was wealthy. They wanted to keep all that wealth for themselves. So he went, once he got Venezuela, he went down to Colombia, right? In fact, he staged war in Venezuela against the Spaniards from Colombia. Once he liberated Venezuela, he went to Colombia and Ecuador afterwards and formed Gran Colombia. He went as far down as Argentina and damn near united the whole of South America. They even, the country Bolivia is named after him. All right, that's the top of South America there, right? So you see, say again? But what I'm saying, that's the top of South America. As you expand out, that's you'll see the rest of it. So all that whole area there before was Gran Colombia. There was all one up to about 1830, I think. Later on, they broke apart into their individual zones. But because of Simon Bolivar's philosophy of self-governance, independence, they were all able to rule themselves separately, even though at one time they were all under one, rulership. All right. But descending from him is Venezuela today, right? That's where you get Venezuela today. And even Venezuela today, where you see where it says Orinoco over there, you could put it, that there is in what today is called Guyana, right? Not Ghana, which is in Africa, but Guyana, right? All there was Venezuela before. And in separating it, Venezuela yielded the northern part of that French Guyana, which is a little bit on top. You see, come down some more. Just pull the map down some. You can pull it down. You just zoom in above it. Zoom in some more. No, don't you see how you push it up? Pull it down. Yeah, zoom in. That's it? All right, no sweat. See that Venezuelan border with Guyana? Right there, in that area, I believe, or it could be more to the left. That's where there's what's the name? Trinidad. What's the name of the defined Essequibo? Right?
Yeah.
In the Essequibo territory, they found trillions of cubic feet of natural gas. Now I know it seemed boring to the average Negro because we don't give a damn. Once the gas come in the damn kitchen for you to cook and eat. But brother, this is how they rule the world. They found a ton of gas there. Let's fast forward a little bit more. You have Venezuela had started having a ton of oil deposits in the early 1900s. America sent the Texan oil moguls down there. You ever heard of Citgo gas? Citgo was taking all of Venezuela's oil at that time. Right around about the 50s, I forget, it's something Perez. I think he came in and led a revolution in there and took over the government and nationalized the gas. Then after America tried to come back and take it back over, from there, you have Hugo Chavez. You ever heard of Hugo Chavez? Hugo Chavez was a Venezuelan leader. In 1992, he led a military coup against the then Venezuelan government because they kept all the money up top, much like America. And the people was not benefiting from the money at all. He failed at that time. However, because of his attempt, he gained in popularity with the Venezuelan people because the majority of the public was poor. And he came back in 1999, 7 years later, entered an election, lawfully and legally and won. Now, when he won, they were still dealing with America with the oil. He found out that America had a plot, I believe, to assassinate him or to take over the oil. I forget which one it is. Y'all could look it up for time's sake, all right? And decided to nationalize the whole oil. Nationalize means what? Before, the oil was more into private sectors. Only the rich, their companies, would drill for the oil and sell the oil and then pay taxes to the government. So the government didn't really own the oil. He nationalized the oil industry, so the government owns it now. The people could own it. And roundabout from that time, let's say 1999, so let's say from 2000 till about 2011 or 12, Venezuela reduced the inequity in their country, so much so that Venezuela became the most equitable country in the continent of South America, and South America was the most unequal continent on the earth, meaning the poor and the rich gap was so big. They was the most inequality place in the world in terms of wealth. But under Chavez initially, he was able to narrow that gap down. And that brought Venezuela into a good standing. Like they had, housing and the medical care, everything was up for them. Now, it wasn't great, but it was way better than what it was. And the people loved Chavez for it. Around 2007, 8 or 9, they found the 300 billion barrels of oil that was untapped. They wasn't drilling for that yet. America saw it and came to Chavez for it. Chavez wasn't going with it. They tried to kill him. Chavez, you want to find the clip for me where he went to the United Nations, right? I think George, who was it? The first Bush was around that time, or the second Bush? I think the second Bush. He went to Venezuela to meet with Chavez. Chavez rejected him. Chavez went to the United Nations shortly after and said, "This morning the devil came to see me. I guarantee you the devil was here because I could smell the brimstone and fire. It was disrespect to George Bush and America." And since then, they've been trying to get rid of Chavez so they could get their hands on Venezuela's oil, right? They want Venezuela's oil since then. 2011, 2012, shortly after that, Venezuela started having problems in their country. There was an attempt on Chavez's life, a couple attempts. One was with a drone. They flew a drone into a public parade. It blew up at the wrong place. All this is on video. You could go look at it. Chavez later died, but he raised up a successor called Maduro, Nicolas Maduro. Go ahead, Shapat. He's going to raise your hand.
It's like if I may, I got an article with Trump talking about boasting over taking their oil. You know what I'm saying?
I have the video for that. To water. I think I have the video. You could read it.
Former U.S. President Donald Trump gave a speech in which he boasted that he wanted to take over Venezuela and exploit its large oil reserves.
Right. This was after Trump's first term. This was maybe 2020 or 2021, I would say, right around during COVID time. If you all remember, in 2018 or 20, in fact, during COVID, Trump sent troops to the borders of Venezuela. They was trying to take Venezuela at that time. This was under Maduro.
1 spoonful of honey with cinnamon
I don't think we need that, though.
equals 0 memory collapse.
God damn. Gosh, you turn into a health class now. I'm trying to keep the attention of them, right? You talking about cinnamon and stuff. They ain't want to listen to none of this shit. All right. So they tried with all right, you could just make it big on the screen. No, right down there. No. Down here. Oh, yeah, slack. And turn the volume up on the computer or whatever. Go ahead. Now this is in Spanish. Hold on a second, please. This is in Spanish. The sound overlays in English. This is him at the United Nations, and he's talking about America and their president. Go ahead. Why do you think they're all laughing? They're about to clap. They're all laughing because they know one thing's for certain and two things for sure. The white man is the devil the Bible speaks of.
Right.
And he got up there in United Nations and set it up. Keep going.
So like you, sir, there's no sound.
Oh shit! You probably had to reshare it out. Just reshare it one more time. Just take it out till we take it out the stream. It stopped sharing. Nah, just hit stop sharing, and go back to the stream yard and just reshare it. Please again from the beginning. Let me know if you can hear it out.
Are our brothers and sisters in the United States, because their threat is in their own house. The devil is right at home. The devil.
Pull it back from the beginning, because it wasn't in. We could hear it, but it wasn't in the stream for them to hear. Go ahead.
I think that the first people who should read this book.
Y'all can hear it now? All right, no, sir. Go ahead.
Are our brothers and sisters in the United States, because their threat is in their own house. The devil is right at home. The devil himself is right in the house. And the devil came here yesterday. Yesterday, the devil came here. Right here. Right here. And it smells of sulfur still today. This table that I am now standing in front of. Yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, from this rostrum, the President of the United States, the gentleman to whom I refer as the devil, came here.
The President of the United States is the devil in front of the United Nations. They tried to kill him. They tried to kill him on numerous occasions. They tried to kill him. He started raising up a successor called Nicolas Maduro since then. He'd been grooming Maduro. And Maduro, because he wasn't about to pass Venezuela over to anybody who America could get. America's reach is far and long because of their military power, right? So they could get to you if they want to. They could fully destabilize your government, turn everybody against you. They could get to you if they want you. Like America was able to kill bin Laden in his house with his children. How do you think they get him? They make a deal with the Pakistani government, who was housing bin Laden at the time. And they say, all right, we coming in there. Y'all make sure don't tell him shit. And Navy, what's his Navy team, SEAL 6? Yeah, they went in there and killed bin Laden in front of his wife and children. And Pakistan did nothing. They did the same thing with Muammar Gaddafi. Muammar Gaddafi in Libya, brother. It's like, what's a common car in America? Like this, a starter car. I'm not disrespecting anybody's car, but just, go ahead.
Nissan Altima.
A Altima, a Corolla. It's like how they have that's common for everybody. In Libya at that time, they was driving Benz. Police was driving Benz. Libya produced a lot of oil at the time too. And they had free healthcare, housing. I'm not boasting him. I'm just giving you the history. He also wanted to start a new currency for Africa and Libya and all of that. And all of a sudden, he's a terrorist. He's doing all of this. And they turned the people against Gaddafi. The people killed Gaddafi. They killed Gaddafi for America. They told you how they abused him so bad. They got him and they had him lifted. Like in sports, when people score a touchdown, the crowd would lift them over. They was lifting Gaddafi up like that, brother. And they sodomized him with sticks on camera for America to see. They killed him brutally. Their own people. You get the point? This is what America has the power to do because they study a certain aspect of war that we don't consider. Some of it is called COINTELPRO, PSYOPs. It's more formally known as the CIA. When the CIA get a hold of you, brother, your mother will turn against you. Your unborn children will come out and hate you. Through disinformation, through destabilizing. They have a whole program that they run on everybody. And that's how they do it. They do it to governments. They do it to the Black Panthers. They do it to everybody. Go ahead.
Slocky in that show called Snowfall, even though that was fake, but it was
come into that. Come on, go ahead. But no, it was not fake.
I mean, but like it's based off of a true story.
Yep.
Yeah, but I'm about to say, even in the story, at the end, Franklin mother turned against him.
That, well, of course, that is, poetic license and theatrics.
Come.
But this is what you want to learn from that. I'm gonna come to that too. But that whole thing with Snowfall, that was a CIA operation. That was a government funded thing. That whole series Snowfall, everybody heard of it? That really happened. And I'm gonna explain to you, I'm gonna give you some more of that in a second. So he got up in front of the United Nations and called the President of America the devil. So that's 2006. Within the next 3 years, they started discovering that Venezuela has way more oil than they originally thought. Right? Give me Genesis 49. And go ahead.
You want any more on the article?
Hold it for a second.
Come.
Give me Genesis 49. No, not 49 as well. Where's his foot is dipped in oil? 33? Deuteronomy 33?
Come, sir. I got it.
Go ahead. Give me Deuteronomy 33. Go ahead.
Come. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 33, verse 24.
Venezuela. Give me back the map. Go ahead. Say where you at again?
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 33, verse 24.
Uh-huh.
And of Asher, he said, let
Asher is from Colombia to Uruguay. So from Central America down to like the middle of South America is Asher. So Venezuela, Colombia, Uruguay, of course, Brazil, Bolivia, all that is Asher. Really, Gran Colombia is Asher. He said of Asher, go ahead.
Come. And of Asher, he said, let Asher be blessed with children.
He said, let Asher be blessed with children. That's why it's so many of them. Let Asher be blessed and fruitful, much like Ephraim. Go ahead.
Come. Let him be acceptable to his brethren.
Let him be acceptable to his brethren. Which is why, even though Simon Bolivar was a devil, as far as the research is concerned, the people who he united, it was easy to unite them together. It was easy. Think about it. They live next to each other. Simeon and Levi, which is who? Haiti and Dominican Republic live next to each other too. They ain't united. And that's in the Bible. The Bible said they will be inhabitants and they will not be united even though they live together. But what it said about Asher, Matthew?
Khan, let him be acceptable to his brethren.
Let him be acceptable to his brethren. They accepted each other all around, and even with the rest of the 12 tribes, there's nobody have no issue with Asher. Nobody. No, you was down there in Sao Paulo chilling. You get the point? There's no issue. There's no beef. There's nothing because Asher is acceptable, right? And go ahead.
Khan. And let him dip his foot in oil.
And let him what?
Dip his foot in oil.
Let him dip his foot in oil. That's in the Bible. Venezuela got oil out the ass. Oil everywhere. It's damn near like if you ever been in a flooded basement before, if you ever had the pleasant unfortunate of walking down the steps and seeing shit floating around like in the movies. I thought that was only in the movies, Bukwash, until that one fateful day. I'm still traumatized from the shit, brother. I don't go near the basement door just because of it. I sent somebody else down there. I saw shit floating around. I said, surely the Lord is against me. Surely. Crates floating. I'm talking about heavy shit floating. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit here? Imagine oil, your foot is dipped in oil, meaning you're walking in oil. That's what the Lord is saying. Asher is walking in oil. Keep going.
Khan. Thy shoes shall be iron and brass, and as thy days, so shall thy strength be.
And their shoes shall be iron and brass, and like thy days, so shall thy strength be. As your days are long, so will your strength be long. And that's Asher, because down there's a ton of resources in South America. Till this day, if you're in the Caribbean, the brothers down there in Trinidad, who in the room down there? Sean, who else? Maikwa?
Yes, so Officer Sean Maikwa.
Maikwa, tell me where do you go to get the best gold?
Oh, sir. Either Venezuela or Guyana.
We know that in the Caribbean. Like even when Benjamites come to these states and you see gold in the mall and they're selling it for this, that, the other, you could just look at the gold and you know that shit ain't straight. That good solid gold, that real pure gold, it's not as yellow, it's more orangish. It looks different. Go ahead, come on with it.
Yes, just as you're bringing out there, the gold looks way different.
Hold on one second. Pull them up on the screen now. Just pull Trinidad up. Go ahead up.
Yeah, come on. The gold looks way different to the gold you would find in stores. The gold is very yellow and it looks very, very rich.
Yep. You're right about that. It's a totally different look. It doesn't look like what you would see in the mall or your best jeweler. That gold down there, brother, coming out the ground. You could go visit a gold mine. That's the richness that Asher has. Now, you put all their natural resources. They got something called bauxite, which is a type of metal, all sorts of, raw metals and irons. And now you come in the late 2000s or early 2000s and you find oil. Oh my gosh, the white man is salivating over that thing. He's salivating over it. You worried about getting a woman. This fool here worried about oil. He'll dip his whole body in oil for it. You get the point? So now, from that, with Chavez, they've been trying to get Venezuela. They want Venezuela. They want to get Venezuela up on them. In 2009, there was this big blizzard in America on the East Coast. You remember it? And those of you who was old enough, right? It was a huge snowstorm. It was like 4 or 5 feet of snow on the ground. It was rough. During that snowstorm, Venezuela supplied New York with gas to heat their lamps and to heat the heaters. They don't talk about that shit. Venezuela supplied it. At one time, there was talk about running a pipeline from Venezuela all the way up to America, because America was trying to deal with them to secure a supply of oil. But being the devil he is, there's always a snake in the bag. They wanted to take more than Venezuela wanted, and they was trying to kill Chavez at the same time. Chavez eventually got sick, and Maduro came in. Maduro's first term, I think, was 2014. Somebody could look it up. It's not too long after that video right there. Maduro came in, and in Trump's first term, he was trying to get oil. Now, Trump's first term was 2016. He was campaigning from like 2015 or late 2014. Within that time, somehow, Venezuela economy started going down. They started having trade tariffs, not being able to trade as they want to. And of course, America's influence in Venezuela started destabilizing the country. By the time Trump's term came in, there was a mass exodus from Venezuela because of how bad the country was. The country had fallen. The Venezuela dollar was worth nothing. There's video. See if you could find video of the money in the streets. I'm talking about like money, like all you see in the movies, like stacks of money. It was just in the streets everywhere because the dollar was didn't have no more value. It was useless. They couldn't buy eggs. The shelves were bare because Venezuela the economy crashed. Until this day, they wanted to know, how do you go from being so oil rich in the 2000s to 2014, 15, and your country can't even survive 2016? I'll tell you how. America is how. When Trump got in power, he sent troops down there to Venezuela. There was an election, I think, in 2019 or 2020 with Maduro and between Maduro and another politician called Guaido. Now, Maduro is a native Venezuelan like Chavez. Guaido is a white man. See all that money in the streets? Go ahead, make it big, because you see all that? That's money scattered in the streets because Asha couldn't buy shit out. You could make it big so everybody online see it. Make it big on the stream, yeah. Put the whole money up. No, the money window I'm talking about. Okay, so like I already did it up here. All that is money in the streets. That's Venezuelan dollars. Now imagine you go outside and you see US on the ground like that. You're gonna start taking everything, scrambling, but then you can't buy shit with it. All that money couldn't buy a loaf of bread in Venezuela. Couldn't buy it. Because the dollar was useless. It cost so much to bring the bread in, and the economy crashed. Britain, I told you all last week, Britain kept Venezuela's gold. They had, what, $3 billion worth of gold? Venezuela put it in British banks, thinking Britain was favorable with them because they're trying to defend against America. When Trump went for Venezuela, Maduro called for the gold. He said, and we need the gold now because America is putting tariffs on us. Britain said, what gold? We ain't got no gold. We ain't got none of your gold. What gold? And Venezuela was left broke. Trump wanted Venezuela. He started moving troops into Venezuela at that time. Russia sent 2 fighter jets in 2019 to stand by on Venezuela tarmac. Because Russia say, we're going to protect Venezuela because Russia is against America. I need that video. You had the video where he said you could pull the article if you want now, Shapat. You can read it in the meantime while I go queue up the video. I think Kazak found that he might have put it in the DC chat. It's a short video. Kazak, you found it?
It's in the DC chat, sir.
It's in the DC chat. Here's 2 he put in there. The first one is a longer video. There's a shorter one. Is the shorter one in there?
I just seen one, sir.
Okay, no sweat. Maybe pull up the first one.
Said read, sir.
Go ahead and read the article out.
Sir. Former U.S. President Donald Trump gave a speech in which he boasted that he wanted to take over Venezuela and exploit its large oil reserves.
I think somebody going in there now. You just hold on 2 seconds, all right?
When I left, Venezuela was ready to collapse.
Right. The question, you mean to pull it in the thing for you?
This video is 26 minutes.
Yeah, I know. Pull it up. It's in the first minute. All right, it's in the first minute. There's a shorter one where he goes on to say more. But this is what Trump said, I think, in 2021 after he lost the election to Biden. This is what he said about Venezuela. All right. Make sure you're able to share it. Go ahead. All right, I'm going to try to get any more questions before the class is over, but we're almost done. I'm going to take you all as far today, all right? Just mute it out. Just mute it and let it play. All right, you got it? All right, so now pause it to go to like the first minute number 1. Make sure it's shared, and then you could unmute it, all right? And go ahead and put it up on the screen. Give me the volume.
Venezuela. When I left, Venezuela was ready to collapse. We would have taken it over. We would have gotten all that oil.
He said, when I left, Venezuela was ready to collapse. We would have taken it. We would have had all that oil. He talking about Venezuela like Venezuela's a woman. Like he about to get pleasure from this oil. Now, why is he saying when I left, Venezuela was ready to collapse? What is important about that? It's free now, brother, if you need to go, all right? What is important about that? Who knows? Play it again now. It started just a minute before. It's a very short.
Venezuela. How about we're buying oil from Venezuela?
Go back. Go ahead.
For a convention organized by the North Carolina Republican Party.
Venezuela. How about we're buying oil from Venezuela?
Stop. He's saying we're buying oil from Venezuela like Venezuela is so inferior. Like, shit, we had to buy from them? How about that? Could you believe it? We're buying oil from Venezuela. The shit belongs to Venezuela, nigga. It's in the Bible. It was found there. He can't believe we're buying oil from Venezuela. Keep going.
When I left, Venezuela was ready to collapse. We would have taken it over. We would have gotten all that oil. It would have been right next door.
Pause. He said we would have gotten all that oil. Because when I left, Venezuela was ready to collapse. We'd have gotten it all. Why is that important? Who knows? Go ahead.
What you was talking about earlier, how, they already had ties in trying to collapse the government. They were already in process of it, but he said we left right before we got it.
Because they was the ones who destabilized Venezuela. That was part of the plan. Part of the plan, because at this time, BRICS started to advertise themselves. That's the alliance I was telling you about with Brazil. They said we have to get this oil in Venezuela, so it'll be like fuck BRICS. We don't need to worry about them. You could do what you want. We have our own oil. They didn't want to buy the oil from Venezuela. They wanted to take it, and they would sell it to whoever at whatever price. That's how the white man's empires are built. If you ever look at countries like France or, anywhere else, Britain, Europe, America, and you look at all the buildings, do you ever sit back and wonder, how did they build this? How did these build? I'll drive through DC down there and 14th Street and Constitution Avenue and watch them buildings. I'm like, okay, how did they build this place? England is a small island now, small, it's tiny. How did England once rule the earth? How? The military ain't that great. Can't be. We the best warriors on the earth. We the best fighters, the best boxers, the best athletes. How did they rule? Slave labor, free labor. Free labor gave them such a head start. They was able to build empires without actually having to pay for it. And once they built their empires, they just took the resources and now they sell it back to you at a higher price. Over time, they become so filthy rich, it's laughable. That's why he's able to laugh. He's like, man, Venezuela, can you believe it? When I left, they was ready to collapse, meaning they was dead. We could have just gone in there and took their oil. Give me some more, if there's more.
But now we're buying oil from Venezuela, so we're making a dictator very rich. Can you believe this? Nobody can believe it.
Making a dictator very rich. You can pull it back to where it's Trump and it's freeze it, all right? You say we're making a dictator very rich. This is the other part of your COINTELPRO and your CIA. They always label who they want to take out as a dictator or a terrorist or a drug dealer. I don't know if you remember last week we read about OFAC, right? The Office of Foreign Asset Control. America has a department that controls another country's natural resources. They'll determine how much you could sell that for. They'll determine who you sell it to. They'll just come take it. If you have gold, whatever, they'll just say, well, there's a war down there and we're trying to, give the people freedom. And they'll come take your stuff. They was getting ready to take Venezuela's oil. Maduro won the election, which was against their plans. They said the people hated Maduro. That was not true. Give me back the map with thing. There's a little more on the video, but I don't think it's here. Is it in the article? Morris's speech. He said there's a part. He said $45 million a day. That would have all been ours. That's how much money Venezuela is making off of this oil at that time. $45 million a day. He's like, we could have just took it from them. You understand? So when you see that conflict going on down there, how America is moving ships into the Caribbean, nuclear submarines, deploying troops down there, moving all that military might and saying it's for drugs, it's not for drugs. This has nothing to do with drugs. How do I know? Because you ever heard of the Iran-Contra scandal? Break it down, whoever knows it. Come on. Come on, bring it out. Come on, huh? Come on, go ahead. Tell me what you know. Let's go. Right, the Iran-Contra scandal, right? Iran had what? From America, hostages, right? Iran had American hostages. The Contras, which was the, what do you call them? A guerrilla, like a militia at that time, that was in Colombia or Ecuador? El Salvador or Colombia. Just look it up for me, right? One of those countries, those Latin American countries. They were producing at the time, they was able to take the cocoa leaves and make cocaine. America, through the CIA, ran a covert operation, meaning up until recently, this was not acknowledged by America as an official operation. They use America's military. Go ahead. Nicaragua, Salaki, Tawada. Right? Nicaragua had civil war going on between the government and a local militia. The local militia needed what to fight the government? Guns. Right? They were producing, they had the cocoa leaves, right? That's where the cocaine comes from. This militia was in the Nicaraguan jungle producing kilos upon kilos of cocaine. America, through the CIA, would fly military planes, unmarked planes, down to Nicaragua in different parts, load up with cocaine, bring it back to America. They would pay for the cocaine with guns. And that's how the Contras was able to wage war in Nicaragua, destabilizing Nicaragua. They then took the cocaine and gave it to who? Drug dealers, not white ones. Famously, Freeway Ricky Ross. That's where the rapper Rick Ross gets his name from. Rick Ross was a real person in California, and he was working with a CIA operative to flood the streets of Black America with cocaine, right? And of course, afterwards, they broke it down to crack to make it more lucrative. And they helped him flood his whole operation and move it east, from the West Coast to the east, and flooded our neighborhoods with it. The money we would give the drug dealers, he had to pay the CIA part and he would keep part. The CIA took that money and paid a ransom to Iran to release America's hostages. They destroyed our people to help their people with what? Drugs? How come nobody was bombing the Contras? How come nobody was killing the CIA operatives? Right? Oliver North, who was an advisor to Nixon. He was an advisor to Nixon. He knew about it. Or Reagan. Was it Reagan or Nixon? It might be Reagan.
Reagan, sir.
Huh?
Reagan, sir.
It's Reagan. Because Reagan, his wife, at the same time while this was going on, his wife was famously come on TV as the first lady and say, just say no to drugs. Drugs kill. Just say no. Meanwhile, he has okayed a covert drug operation in South America to destroy Black people in America, and by extension, the rest of the 12 tribes, to pay for some bastard hostages in Iran. That's what they did to us. But today, a war on drugs. We need to stop these drug dealers. We need to do this. We need to do that. America is a beast stock led by the devil who would say anything to fill his belly. That's why he's the devil. He's a liar. This has nothing to do with drugs. This is solely about oil. That's all this is about. You understand? So now when he says America is, when I left, Venezuela was on the verge of collapse, that's important because they was the ones doing it. Give me it in the Apocrypha, Ecclesiasticus, I think 12 and 9. No, give me where if you find yourself in problems, he would be there also. Where's that? Who knows what I'm talking about?
12 or 6, where you say
if you find yourself in problems, he'll be right there.
He's an author of mischief.
Give me Ecclesiasticus 12 and start at 10. Somebody read it quick because time going. Bukash, could I borrow any of these outlets out here? You might have to come around and help me out. Let Bukash stay.
Come across.
Or maybe I could put it on this side. Is it easier over here?
Reach.
I'll put the computer on this side. Go ahead, just make sure the plug is in proper. All right? Go ahead, whoever have it, read, please. 12 and 10. Let me know when it's in.
It's in here,
sir.
Go ahead, Doc.
It's the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thy enemy.
Say it again.
Never trust thy enemy.
Never trust thine enemy. Who is our enemy? The white man, who is the devil.
That's right.
The heathens, the African, the East Indian, the Chinese. The East Indian right now, Trinidad, which is, you see right at the top right corner. Trinidad is right there. Trinidad is so close to Venezuela, it's damn near part of it. You could take a small boat and roll across to Venezuela. It's like, just miles apart. It's very, very close. On a clear day, you could stay from Trinidad and see the Venezuelan mountains. It's very, very close. And it's strategically close down there. Never trust thine enemy. In 2019, when Trump went into Venezuela, he went to the Trinidad government at the time. The person in charge of Trinidad was a brother called Rowley. His name was Keith Rowley. He told Rowley that he needs him to turn his back on Maduro. Trinidad is a very oil and gas rich island as well because of its close proximity to Venezuela. It's really Venezuela oil and gas that we got because we're on the same area. But Trinidad has a lot of oil and exports. In the south part of Trinidad, the brothers will tell you that the school is very close to it. There's a LNG plant. LNG stands for liquid natural gas. They take natural gas and compress it, and tankers come all the way from Poland, Sweden, Switzerland, Austria to fill up on a daily basis. I'm talking about these huge oil tankers that you would see. It's not oil they're transporting, but these huge boats that you would see on the North Sea. They come down there and line up, pull into the port, fill up, and go to Europe. Trinidad provides I want to say 60%. I might be wrong, but it's a huge number of Europe with natural gas. A lot of that natural gas comes from the waters around Trinidad and partly from Venezuela. America asked Trinidad's prime minister to turn his back on Maduro and allow them to come and stage from America to invade Venezuela. The Trinidad prime minister at the time said he will not do it because they have a verbal agreement with Venezuela and the Latin American countries. In fact, they have something called Petro-Caribe. Somebody look that up, please. Please look up Petro-Caribe. So when he said he will not dishonor Maduro, the other political party in Trinidad, which is called the UNC, or they at the time were the leader of the opposition, much like you had Democrats and Republicans. In Trinidad, the opposite of his party was run by an East Indian. Historically, that political party has been East Indians. It's a racial divide in Trinidad. They like to tell you it's one big happy country. That's bullshit. The East Indians run the country. They are the majority. You would think it's black people. The East Indians are like 51 or 52%. The Benjamites are about 46%, and then there's like 2 or 3%, which is Chinese and Assyrian and white people. The East Indians, who at the time was the opposing party, they came out and said, we do not recognize Maduro as the leader. We recognize Guaido, which is who America wanted. That was them waving a flag to tell America, this nigga ain't gonna help you. We will. We'll help you. Trump lost the election. Nothing happened. Fast forward to today. The brother stepped down from leadership That same woman, she's in charge now. She just took power, I think, the beginning of this year or late last year. And from that time till now, she has been at America's beck and call to oust Maduro. She said Maduro is a terrorist drug facilitator. She said he's working with the cartels. She said he's a dictator. What's up, No sweat. No, he's good. He's good to go. He's working with he's working with the drug cartels. She's echoing everything America has said. America has since moved in to Trinidad. I've been showing you all from the beginning of the year with the C-130s coming down. They've been doing all of that to try to stage from Trinidad. Now, what happened in Venezuela on Monday? Who knows? You all ain't been paying attention. There was bombs going off in some gas station somewhere, right? Just randomly. Bombs started going off. They killed some 6-year-old. About 10 or 15 years ago, Trinidad, put Trinidad up on the screen. No, just hit it right here. That's all. Real quick. Trinidad, let me know if you all remember. Was there a time in Trinidad where bombs was going off in the capital, in trash cans?
Cancer.
And what was going on around that time? What was they saying is the reason, or what was the solution, if you remember?
I couldn't remember what exactly was the reason, sir.
No sweat. I definitely remember, because it was such a huge deal in a country like Trinidad to have. Imagine you down in DC and trash cans just start exploding, like big explosions. You would start thinking, what was going on? What would the first thing come to your mind?
There's terrorists around.
Terrorists is around. Oh my God, terrorists. We need to call America. And America showed up. And America was trying to start having a military base down there since that time. This was maybe around the same time he called them the devil. Right now, Monday, Venezuela, they have it on tape with some devil walking around with a trash bag. He just left it and he walked off. Gas station exploded. Go ahead, somebody saying something?
Yeah, come on, cancer. He walked around with the trash bag in the gas station, and he was about to put it next to the pump, but the attendant forced him to put it on the side.
Right?
And well, otherwise the entire station would have go up in flames.
Exactly. So they wanted to do that to destabilize it, to say, well, you know, Venezuela is getting, you know, rough and raw, and we need to go in. America always puts forth a pretense to say, your country is unstable, there's terrorists there, you all need us to come in and set law and order. They always do that. We've seen the playbook before. So they're trying to get into Venezuela fully. You could switch it back now. All right. Let's get back to the precept. Go ahead. Whoever was reading.
Never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
Go ahead. I can't hear you, brother.
Slack it. Never trust thy enemy.
Keep reading. Just keep reading. Keep reading it down till I tell you stop, all right?
Kawakan. Never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto himself as if thou hadst wipe a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away.
So what is precept is saying? It's saying you could never trust your enemy. You could never think he's there to help you. You could never think that he's there for your benefit in any way at all. Just like iron will rust, so is his wickedness. Like you could be sure that iron, if left out, is going to start rusting. You can be sure if this devil comes around, he could be how kind? He's trying to take over, and that's even here too. Keep reading.
Kawakan, set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat, and thou at he last remember my words, and be pricked therewith.
Right? Just for time's sake, I'm gonna break it down, all right? Because I don't want to run too far. It's saying don't set your enemy close to you. Meaning don't accept him close to you. Because when he had overthrown thee, he will stand in your place. Don't even sit him at your right hand. And as a people, we always accept the heathen. We accept the heathen more than the heathens accept us. In every which way. The tribe of Judah accepts everybody. The tribe of Judah has nicknames for the Chinese, right? We all call the Chinese woman in the store. Go ahead.
Mama son.
Mama son, mama. Imagine that. The Chinese thing is mama son. You go in and you're talking to the Arab behind the thick plexiglass like he's your brother. You get the point? In Trinidad, the East Indians came after slavery and was put in charge of the Benjamites in Trinidad. And the Benjamites in Trinidad accepted the East Indians. Accepted the East Indians, even though the East Indians became the oppressor. And now there's an East Indian over Trinidad that's opening her hold behind to America for the promise of money, is endangering the whole region, threatening to destabilize the whole region. Who looked at Petro-Caribbean? Go ahead. Whoever have it.
Petro-Caribbean was a regional oil procurement agreement between Venezuela and Caribbean member states. The trade organization was founded June 29, 2005, and Puerto La Cruz, Venezuela, during the presidency of Hugo Chavez.
Hugo Chavez made an agreement with Venezuela and the Latin American countries. There's another organization called CALEC. Look up that too, or CALEC, or CALEC, I think it is, which is a alliance of the South American countries with Venezuela. He made an agreement with the Caribbean countries to sell oil to the Caribbean countries at a subsidized rate because they had so much. Because he saw at the time, OPEC was raising prices. And for places in the Caribbean who, on your own, go look up the IMF and the World Bank. Those are organizations from America that went into Caribbean countries and destabilized those countries, took bananas away from them and made them buy it back. Today, I think Mexico produces more rice than anybody else on the Western side. Mexico can't use their own rice. They have to get rice from Canada. And that's because of the agreements with the IMF and the World Bank. These oppressors they go into your country and they totally gangster your whole country. They'll take yours and then said, I'll let you have this if you pay me for what you want. That's what's really going on. It sounds funny. Just go check it out and see. You'll see if I'm lying. So now, because of that, Chavez wanted to empower the region. And he said he made an alliance called the Petro-Caribbean Alliance because the Caribbean, only Trinidad produces oil at a competitive rate, oil and gas. The rest of the islands are basically tourists and spice and ingredients. So for those countries to survive, he said he's going to make sure that those countries get oil and gas at a lower rate, lower than the world standard, so they survive. They don't get, taken over and run into ruin. America wanted all of that gone. They wanted all the oil for themselves. The East Indian who's in charge of Trinidad right now, she's turning her back on all of that shit. She said Maduro is a dictator. He needs to go, and all the drugs need to stop. Now, I agree. A drug dealer should be put to death. I'm the first one to tell you we'll string them up on the poles if given the power to do it, because a drug dealer is a nasty, filthy plague on any community. But the biggest drug dealer on the earth is the white man.
Right.
The biggest ones. And I'm going to tell you some history just growing up in Trinidad, and the brothers will co-sign, I'm sure. Since I was a little boy, the most wanted man in Trinidad has always been an East Indian. Just Google right now the biggest drug dealer ever in Trinidad and Tobago. Just Google it right now. Who found it? Go ahead.
Based on journalistic accounts and law enforcement reports, the biggest drug dealer in Trinidad and Tobago history was Nakisun Badaram better known as
Nankisoon Bataram. That's a mouthful from Calcutta. That's an Indian name. But that name don't sound too heavy in the streets, right? Imagine, man, Nankisoon gonna come get you. Who the fuck is that? What was his name?
His name was Dole Shadi.
Dole Chady. That was his gangster name. And this East Indian, he disappeared families. He had mansions all over. He was in bed with the government, with politicians. His lawyer later became the attorney general in Trinidad, and that's how they got him. His lawyer told everything, and they lined him up. They got somebody to snitch on this family he went to kill. He went to kill some family. He sent some men to kill a family. The children escaped and became witnesses. And they hung like 9 of them, including Dole Chady. But everybody knew at the time this had nothing to do with the drugs. This had to do with that East Indian having dirt on the politicians. And they hung him, brother. And when they hung him, a lot of people who did business with him didn't want to pay the family. His wife started putting hits out on police, of everybody. When they went to his mansions had rooms filled to the ceiling with cash. The problem in Trinidad has never been drug dealing Benjamites or Asherites. The most wanted man in Trinidad was always an East Indian. They've always been into crime. And I think America done promised this broad money. Promised a ton of money and a ton of help to stop drugs. This has nothing to do with drugs. This has to do with oil. This has to do with oil and nothing else. They want the oil that's in there, and they don't care what they have to do to get it. They don't care. And right now they're raging war on the coast of Venezuela. They're bringing in all the tankers. They're bringing in the air carriers, the planes, nuclear submarines. Russia has sent over 5,000 missiles to Venezuela last week. This week, Venezuela decided to end the agreement with the Trinidad government for gas. They said the Trinidad Prime Minister is not welcome in Venezuela anymore. We don't consider her anymore. This morning, they called the leader of the opposition, the other party, who is the traditional black party, and it's a black woman. They called her, they said, we're going to deal with you, because that broad, she something else. All of last week, Venezuela has been saying to Trinidad, do not fall for the devil. He's going to deceive you. Do not side with him. You all don't know who you're playing with. Number one, you're not in a position to fight. You don't have no military. We've always had a good agreement. Don't do it. Trinidad is not listening because of this East Indian woman. They cut ties with Trinidad Monday. This morning, they called the opposition to do some, to start talks with them because they don't want to destabilize the region. War in the region does not mean war in the Caribbean islands, but there will be no trade. The islands are going to suffer. Venezuela is considering that. And they understand that they have a ton of oil. Russia has sent, the reports that Russia has sent is, there's a group called the Wagner Group, which is like Russia's black ops CIA group that goes in there and will, tear your thing up. But Russia is on Venezuela's side. What's going on now is a prelude to war that could turn catastrophic. It could turn into World War III or lead to it because of all the players that's involved in there. You have America trying to keep the oil there for the West. You have Russia and China in Venezuela right now fighting like a proxy war supporting Maduro. If this thing goes off because of the involvement of those countries, it could lead to war in other areas. It's very, very important to pay attention to what's going on. Go ahead.
Yeah, Salah here. I was hearing, with the agreement between Russia, Trump trying to get Russia and Ukraine to just stop right now. And no matter where the lines are, you know what I mean? Like whatever Russia took over, just to stop right now, he's telling Zelensky, right? Mm-hmm. Because I believe it's because he needs to focus in other areas. He doesn't have time to deal with all that. He wants to stop right now.
Well, okay. The oppressor, brother, he doesn't, when he says he's going to stop war, he's telling the people that so they support him. But what he wants, he uses everything as an opportunity for himself. Ukraine and Russia was an opportunity for him to show his might. He talked to Ukraine one way. He talked to Russia one way. He told Russia stop bombing them. And the next week he went and sold Ukraine missiles, long-range missiles to fire into Russia. He's equipping everybody. And America has always done that. They'll publicly support one side and privately support the other side. They did it with Saddam Hussein. They did it with Bin Laden and them. They did it with everybody. America created ISIS. The Islamic State was a rebel group that America was using to come up against Syria. They took all of America's weapons. America was supporting the Syrian government at one time and then supporting the rebels privately. The rebels took all the guns, all the money, and formed the Islamic State of ISIS and then turned on America. They always do it, and they're doing the same thing. So when you see them saying they want that war to stop, they don't really care about that because Ukrainians don't have no oil. They really want Russia, is like what you're saying. They really want, not Russia, they really want Venezuela. So what's going on down there? You want to pay attention to it for sure, because it's right in your backyard and it could affect you, seriously. It definitely could affect you. It's affecting your brothers for sure. It's affecting the tribe of Asher and it's affecting the tribe of Benjamin. And it could have long-lasting implications if Trump gets his way. All right, where we at now? Who is reading the precept? Give me where we at? Verse 12, right?
Come.
Give me verse 17.
Verse 17, come. And if adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to...
If what?
Adversity... Salaki, sir.
No, Salaki, give me from verse 16.
Come. Verse 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit.
Right? An enemy will speak sweet with his lips. We need to stop all this drugs coming into America. Fentanyl is killing everybody. We need to stop it. These drug dealers and this dictator, we want to free the people of Venezuela. We want to bring law and order. They'll give you a ton of speech. But in his heart, he's trying to overthrow you. Go ahead.
Come. He will weep with his eyes. But
he will weep with his eyes. They'll come on TV and they'll talk about how fentanyl is affecting everybody and fentanyl this and fentanyl that and say this and that. But go ahead.
Come. But if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood.
But if he find opportunity, killing you will not even be enough. He'll not be satisfied with blood, which is why you see they're bombing them little boats. They're bombing the piss out of them. If they know where the boats are and they know where the boats leaving from, why not just stop the boats on the shore? If that's the case, but you're doing this because you want the world to look at it and say, well, yeah, surely Venezuela is the problem. All the drugs in the world is coming from there. No, this is a pretense for them to, it's almost like they pull you over for your tint. You ever drive through Virginia? I hate to always talk about Virginia, but I try to stay clear of the bridge. They just pull you over for a tint. They don't care about your tint. They're really pulling you over to be able to smell your car to see if they smell weed or if they smell alcohol. It's a pretense to something else. This drug thing here, it's a pretense for them to go in there and take all of Venezuela oil. Keep reading.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Ak.
If I may, on the same topic, right?
Go ahead.
A lot of the Israelite brothers and sisters on social media, right?
Yeah.
Was asking, well, why Trinidad ain't doing nothing about the prime minister, right? Because a lot of people dissatisfied with the prime minister here in Trinidad, right?
No, just a sidebar right there. If the Venezuelan people are saying that about Trinidad, when America puts that Venezuela people is supporting them, it's a lie. America is speaking as if the Venezuelan people are against Maduro and supporting what Trinidad government is doing with America. But the brother is telling you here on social media, there's like, how come the Trinidad people are not doing something about this prime minister? They protested in Venezuela this week with pictures of the Trinidad prime minister saying she's not welcome. We don't recognize her. So where's America getting this report from that the Venezuelan people are against Maduro? They lie. Go ahead, Michael.
Yeah, Karon Cancer, right? And we had to explain to them that they have us under state of emergency, which they recently extend for 3 more months again, right? So basically, no protest or no type of protest in front of the Prime Minister's residence or even Parliament could take place in Trinidad, right? So the police and the military have full power in Trinidad to operate and arrest anybody without cause, right? So that is why it appears that Trinidad agreeing with the Prime Minister because the country is at a state of calm.
Listen, that's a heavy link right there. You I think, and Masquerac was telling me that today. Like Trinidad went into a state of emergency late December last year or early January. It was a shock to everybody. And people was like, what, why? Why it's under lockdown? It's because they was planning this the whole year. And then they need, because Trinidad and Asha and Venezuela has had a long relationship. The people are good. It's like going to Baltimore or something, or it's like North Carolina, South Carolina. The people there, they exchange. But they know if they make this move, the public is not going to accept it because of the good relationship. So they put a state of emergency. So if you go out there protesting, they're going to arrest you. They're going, so it appearing to the public eye that the public is not, they don't find nothing wrong with it. But that's not true. This is a whole move because they want that oil. They want, it's do or die for America. If America doesn't get hold of Venezuela oil, they'll be forced to bomb or go to the Middle East and start a war. Because if oil changes hands, now you don't have to buy oil with America's dollar, which means America's dollar is going to be devalued, and here's going to be Palestine in a second. You worried about the food stamps cut off, brother. You better be worried for that petrodollar. The minute that American dollar doesn't have value anymore, you better, put some deadbolts on your door and go on 24-hour watch with your neighbors, because this place is going to turn into, Mogadishu real quick. Go ahead, Art.
It's like the streets going to look like on the picture with the money just sitting on a curb.
It's going to be a hellhole, Art. It's going to be absolute hell. Like America is very much on a fence right now. You might think it's not because of all the glitz and the glamour. Remember, this place prints money. There's no real resource but what? Killing. That's what the white man is blessed with. He could kill. He knows how to kill. And like any beast, if he's hungry, he'll kill his own. He'll turn on his kids. He'll do whatever to eat. That's what's going on now with Trump and America.
So, like I said, if I could, right quick. When you was talking about the pretense, remember Donald Trump, he kept in all these devils' mouths, Trende Aragua. So now when he goes and then he wants to take the oil now, but he kept demonizing Asha in Colorado and throughout the states where they was at, calling them gangs, calling them criminals, taking over complexes. I just wanted to add that, sir.
Yeah, you're right, Doc. All of a sudden, the last 6 months, they came up with this gang called the Tren de la Agua. I ain't never heard of that gang before, ever. I don't know if any Venezuelans heard of it before, but they say this gang is the most ruthless, most this, most that. As far as I'm concerned, that gang ain't flooded America with drugs and paid Iran for white hostages. The American government did that, and nobody paid for it ever. Today, you have generations of men in Baltimore prison from the war on drugs. You have grandfathers, fathers, and sons in prison right now from selling drugs. Till this day, nobody paid for that thing. So to tell me now about you concerned about drugs, you're just an hungry beast trying to go to war, because this world is coming to an end. This world, Christ is on his way back. This place is coming to an end, Akim and Akwathian. This is not the time to play. I know it might seem like, okay, this is too confusing, it's too boring, it's too this. Try to pay attention. Come in class, get the breakdowns, ask the questions. This Bible prophesied it all. If I had more time, I would show it to you. It prophesied it all. War is coming. It's inevitable. There's no other way. This thing has to go into war. And the more Trump does what he does, he damn near is like the agent of war right now. He's activating it. Everything he's doing right now, the only result is to go to fight. That's it. All this soldiers he brought down there, If Maduro and them want it, he'll start a fight. He'll have to go to the Middle East. He'll have to go fight, because to not get the oil means the end of America. It means the end of it. And now China has, listen, they said America has some protocol that if somebody fires a nuclear missile, America has a protocol where the president has to fire missiles back at that country before that missile hits America. You know, they have all these satellite detections to know where missiles going. Russia invented something called the dead hand protocol. Anybody ever heard of it? Come on, break it down.
I've heard of it.
Give him the mic. If you
remember it.
well, exactly what it is.
I can't remember.
No,
exactly
sir. I'm gonna break
what
it down for you real quick. It's called the dead hand protocol, meaning what? They have sensors all over the ground in Russia. And those sensors can determine if a nuclear missile hit. And they're gonna scan for life. And if they don't see no life, those sensors will automatically fire every nuclear missile Russia has as wherever this missile came from. That's why it's called the dead hand, meaning somebody's supposed to push a button to fire these missiles. If everybody dead, the dead hand is going to fire these missiles, meaning what? If you mess with us, we're going to kill everybody. War is coming to this place. Trump is talking about peace. There's no peace to get. Christ is the only one who's going to bring peace, and he is going to slaughter everybody and put every nigger in charge. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we are going to rule the next world because we are a better people than them. We're more compassionate. We are not as deceitful as they are. We don't have a lust for power. You see, the brother on there asks, how could I get a woman? That's our biggest problem, man. Not oil. Not oil. Show me how to get some of the finest tail on the planet Earth, who everybody wants to be like. Every Russian woman, Australian wants to be like a black Latino. That's our biggest problem, man. Not oil and who's selling oil and all of that. Christ is going to come and set this world in order. But that's really what's going on in our backyard right now. Wherever this devil is. Give me on verse 17. Let me close with that, all right?
Come. Verse 17. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first.
If trouble come upon you, you're going to find him there first. Venezuela economy fell, it's his fault. Your schools, your public schools are not doing well, blame the white man. You arguing with your woman, blame the white man. Your children don't listen to you, blame the white man. You stub your toe on the edge of the bed, the white man is the devil the Bible speaks of. Right. Blame him for everything, because he is the problem with the earth. He's the heathen. He's the cause of everything, and all the heathens, they're the problem in the earth. You brothers down there in Trinidad, let me tell you something. Trinidad would have been a better place if the Fat El Razak sank. For those of you all who don't know what the Fat El Razak is, it was the ship that brought the East Indians to the Caribbean. If that ship had hit something and sank, Trinidad would have been a better place today. With that, pass the class over to priest and officer Shapataya.
I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We I.S.U.P.K out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yahanna. Rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, in the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10, means 10th in Hebrew, and it's pronounced the Ma'ashera. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocation. Feast of the dedication, Hanukkah. 25th day of the 9th month, by the space of 8 days. Sunday, the 14th of December, 2025, for 8 days. You can find this in the book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 4, verse 52 through 61. Also, we still, I believe it starts tomorrow, is that General Muhammad Scripture Breakdown class in Houston, Texas. The down south to Houston, Texas cookout, October the 31st through November the 3rd. You know what I'm saying? You still got a chance to get down there for the cookout. You know what I'm saying? Get them flights arranged and, you know, book your hotels. Also, we got the Lord's 57th annual Passover, also in Houston, Texas, coming up. That's the week of April the 1st, April the 2nd through April.
Let's make it simple. Passover is April 4th. That's what you have to focus on. Passover, April 4th, 2026 in Houston, Texas. Make sure and get down there. The link is available now. $200 for every adult 17 years and over. Pay that thing now. Forget them Jordans. Pay that thing now. Get in there and plan your week from there, man. Get in touch with your camp leader if you don't know what to do. But plan for April 4th, Passover, all right?
Sir. Remind Akhman and check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for I.S.U.P.K events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, you start wearing all black, which includes black boots, black shirts, black pants, black hairband, or scarf. And with that, I say I might, which means to stand. Ladies, since you may remain seated, give a courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, mighty Shabbat. He might. All right.
Yahanna, Shimi Al Shabrak.
Yahanna, Star, which means to turn. Sisters, you may stand. I might be. We'll give a courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, mighty Shabbat. Mike. Right.
Yeah.
Sister, put your hands like this.
She gonna get it next time. Don't worry. We're gonna get it straight next time. All right. That's a go for now.
Class dismissed.
The bottom when you wake up right on time.